In Australia, we've got deadly animals aplenty. We've got funnel web spiders who'll murder you and your family. Under every second rock is a redback spider, and they'll kill you just because, I don't know, they're bored or whatever. We've got invisible brown snakes who'll bite you on the foot and you'll be dead in 7 minutes. Just like that, kaput. We've got the world's deadliest creatures all over the place. We've got magpies who'll steal the eyeballs from your face. But at least we don't have AR-15s. We've got great white sharks who'll ascend from the deep and rip you in half with their razor-sharp teeth. We've got saltwater crocs who'll death roll you to death, and sea snakes who'll gladly snatch your last breath. We've got a blue-ringed octopus no bigger than this that just sits around in rock pools waiting to kill kids, and even the platypus, a cute beaver duck thing, has got a spur on its ankle that'll kill you in one sting. But at least we don't have AR-15s, and at least they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic teens. We've got stonefish and stingrays and sea urchins and shit, and hectic fucking homicidal box jellyfish, and these jellyfish, they aren't even sentient beings. They don't even really do stuff or know about things. They just float around on the whim of the currents, being pointless, non-cognitive, murderous cunts. And if that weren't enough in terms of natural hazards, here in Australia, the sun causes cancer. But at least we don't have AR-15s, and at least they can't end up in the hands of suicidal teens. And at least we don't have an NRA who pay millions of dollars every day, buying off politicians not to change old laws. We've got bull sharks, cone shells, saltwater crocodiles, honeybees, European wasps and blue-ringed octopies, death adders, blue bottles, redback spiders, tiger sharks, tiger snakes and lizards that'll bite ya. We got sea snakes, taipans, cassowaries, copperheads, all the creatures of the land and sky and sea that want you dead. Toadfish, stonefish, irukandji jellyfish, bull ants, centipedes and ticks that cause paralysis. Fuck, we don't have AR-15s, and thank fuck they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic suicidal teens. And thank fuck we don't have an NRA who pay millions of dollars every day, buying off politicians not to change some law. A law that was written 200 years ago, in a time when it took 3 minutes to reload a single round of ammunition. We knew nothing about depression, and you couldn't fire 45 rounds in 60 seconds. And there wasn't even such a thing as automatic weapons, and there weren't 31 mass shootings monthly. But what would I know, 'cause I'm from another country.
I'm from another country. Hello, everybody. Can everybody hear me? Sorry, my computer seems to be running really slow, and I really would have preferred to restart it. Okay, stop screen sharing. Okay, let me just open up everything. Okay, so I see the chat. I see my little thing moving, so I sound great. Yeah, I had some, when Jamie said I was echoing, I moved my computer desk stuff around today. I was cleaning everything and I moved it all around, and my microphone settings, Windows defaulted it back down to 40%, and I needed to turn it up to about 75% and then adjust the rest with the mixer. So I hopefully are sounding better than I did on Jamie's stream, but I'm not 100% sure. You guys can let me know. So, okay. So you wanted me to go live, right? And you want to know the really embarrassing thing? I have no idea what to talk about. When I do my own podcast, I have a whole page of stuff that I prepare so that I don't have dead air and don't know what to talk about. So someone's going to have to probably no one's going to want to, because it's sort of like, I know people don't like coming up onto a panel and stuff, or they just don't like talking full stop. But okay, give me a link. All right. Okay. So, all right. Let's try this. Copied. Go away. Okay. So, here's the link. Travis, stay away. I don't want to see no cock and balls tonight. Thank you very much. I'm going to be very careful. Make sure you make sure it's the right person. I'll be very careful. Yeah, Lily, are you sure you're well enough? Because you're more than welcome, obviously, but I don't want you to come up and then not feel well or something like that, like afterwards, um, I'll be very gentle with you. Of course, I will be. What about Becky P? When is Becky? Oh, I have no idea if she's already spoken somewhere else, but when is Becky P going to come up? Okay, here we go. That looks like Lily Bell to me. All right, letting Lily Bell on. It's very slow. This bloody computer. Hi, Lily.
Hi, guys. Hi, Casper. Hi, everyone. Yeah,
Hey.
I'm not going to be able to be on for too long. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you okay. I'll wait to hear from the chat, but you sound okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually, I'll be honest. I went to get my carrots, my pureed carrots. Yum, yum, yum. Um, no, seriously, cold carrots. Yum. Um,
Really?
yeah, I'm a little, well, that's all I can eat. I'm on the OptiFast diet just to lose a lot of weight.
Okay.
And I can't chew. So I'm on a very restricted diet.
Yeah.
That's restricted because I'm allergic to a lot of things. And then I'm on pureed food. So it's fun. But you know what? I keep telling myself that you know what, there's always someone worse off out there. And that doesn't make me feel better, but it makes me appreciate because there's people out there that are starving and every time I feel like, oh, this sucks, I'm like, you know what, Belle, get it together. You're not starving.
Well, when you said you were trying to lose weight, I think you said, yeah.
Yeah, I've gone
Yeah.
from, well, unfortunately, because I'm bedbound, I've been bedbound since the age of, off and on since the age of 12. And then by the age of 16, I got glandular fever really, really badly because I wasn't diagnosed till I was 19. And then by the age of 19, that's it, been bedbound mostly.
No.
Plus, I've got many illnesses. I seem to collect them. And a lot of them are hormonal based, plus I'm on steroids and a lot of
Mm.
medication that puts on weight and it sucks. So I was actually, and you'll know the kilograms. I was 170 kilograms
100 and what?
and 170 kilograms.
Wow.
If you actually go to my website, not my website, my YouTube, I've done just a very quick slideshow of what I used to be like to what I am now. And I'm still having to lose a lot. I'm still at 98 kilograms. So I still got to get down to 60 kilograms. So it's taken a long time.
He's a bit light, but how tall are you?
I'm 5'7". Oh no, I'm 5'6".
5'6". Yeah, I'm 5. I'm not very tall. I'm 5'7".
Look, if I can get down to 80, I'll be
Yeah.
very happy.
I'm
Because
85, and I want to use some. I want to lose some weight out of the belly, so it's not easy.
no, especially when you're my age. And I can't exercise. That makes it harder. And then the medication. But I'm
Lily,
doing it.
I'm not a young boy anymore either. It's very hard.
Really, you sound young. But then people say I look young, so I guess it's just
Few people know how old I am, but
you're not going to say it. So I actually appreciate. Ever since my friend passed when she was 23 of cancer, I actually celebrate every birthday, and I'm proud to say that this month, I will be 43.
Okay, well, I just turned 50.
Bullshit.
No, I don't look 50, and I don't look 50. I don't sound 50, but I really am 50.
Do you want to know? I actually thought you were like 20.
Oh, I wish.
25, 26.
Thank you
so much. My husband's 55, and I always feel younger because he's 55 and I'm 42. Well, I say 42, but.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, I don't know where the years went, but yeah, no, that's honest truth. Yeah.
Well, see, my body feels like it's 80, but my brain feels like it's 20.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know it's hard to lose weight as you get older because I still play soccer and stuff like that, and it's just like I hurt for so long after I've played soccer these days. It's just like it's.
Well, see, I was an athlete. And I would have continued to be an athlete. Since the age of 2, I was a dancer. I did ballet, jazz, hip hop. What's the other one? Ballroom, and I did what's that Spanish dancing?
So, Lilibel, did you how did the initial weight was just because you were sort of bedridden? Is that where it all started, just being bedridden?
Yeah, and because at the age of 18, I started. Well, actually, I got sick right at puberty, so it was grade 6 going into year 7. And I think that's got a lot to do with it because a lot of my illnesses are hormonal, and of course, us women, it really sucks. As women have a lot of hormones, as you know, and a lot of my illnesses are that. And then, so I started to get sick at the end of grade 6.
So how?
And that summer was when I got like a flu-like virus. And yeah, from then on, like there's no photos of me. You know how you go and you get your school photos done once a year with your classmates? There's one photo of my entire, and I had to stay down in year 11 because of glandular fever. So 7 years of high school, there's one photo of me because I was barely at school.
I had
it's the worst.
Yeah.
That's worst.
How did you like? Okay, so I'm imagining from 16, like you started to be stuck at home and that sort of thing. So how did you meet your husband if you had those sorts of issues?
Oh, sorry about that. That's going to be something on my channel. No, I will tell you. I lost all my friends when I was 18, 19. I lost all my friends and, forgive them now. They just wanted to go out and party. I was really sick. I was probably the sickest I've ever been. I had 24-hour nursing care. And then I had a counsellor that would come to visit me because I was never... I'm very blessed. I actually don't have depression. But, of course, you get depressed when you're stuck at home. You lose your friends. You know, you go through a grieving process. So every so often, I know when I need a counsellor, basically. And I started to improve enough that my counsellor suggested to get on the internet. Now, I didn't even know really what the internet was, like showing my age. And he said, it's social, get on and talk to people all over the world. So I did, and it was in IRC chat. And the very first person I spoke to, I was just drawn to him. And it wasn't that he had a special name or it was just Mikey 4. That's what his screen name was. It wasn't anything like Casper. And I always say this to him. He ignored me for 2 hours straight. So I always tell him that, buggy you.
That's sweet. That's really cool.
But we didn't it was going to be it was my first day and it was going to be his last day because he had enough of being on the internet. And but we just were friends. Like we just spoke every day. And when I say speak, I actually had I couldn't type back then, and and this is what sucks with this jaw disorder is because I can't type a lot, and so I voice a lot. So when this has happened, it's kind of really stuffed me up. So I actually had the voice activated. I think it was called Dragon, which took me 6 months to program to actually even get on the internet. So that's how we did it. But there was no voice or anything back then. It was dial up.
Yeah,
so after I didn't even know what he looked like. I didn't know his age. We just spoke, and we literally. I actually will say I fell in love with him without even knowing it. It just happened, and then he came out to Australia for a couple of weeks, and then we knew, and then he came back out for good in November the 27th, I believe. He's going to correct me. The 27th, 1999. And we were supposed to get married September 2000, but they got him on the wrong visa. So we ended up getting married in the year 2000 on the 8th. So we've been married over 20 years. And God, it's been a ride. Because he's not well either. So.
I remember that dial up. I used to get so frustrated because it hang. And then it wouldn't connect. Yeah, then it would hang. It wouldn't connect.
The handshake.
And then when it did connect, it never connected at its maximum. Like you'd think you're on a 56K modem or something, and it'd connect at 33 or 28 or something, and you couldn't do shit. It'd take forever to load a page. I remember that.
And I remember Michael and I always sorry. my husband and I always. I remember when we actually got cable for the first time, like faster internet, not dial-up. I'm like, oh my god, we can download a song in a week.
Oh my god, yeah, I remember it well. And
Yeah.
Becky just said, like, do you remember like someone would call you and it'd kick you off the phone, and you
Oh
shit,
yeah.
right in the middle of
Yeah.
downloading something, and you'd get
Yeah.
kicked off.
Well, I actually had a private line because obviously, most of my life I've had to live with my poor parents. God bless them.
Yeah.
So I got a private line just for me because I would literally, like, all my relatives would be trying to ring through and they couldn't get through, and they were complaining. So but that's how I met my husband. So we were, when it wasn't fashionable, that's how we met each other. So, and he gave up everything to come to Australia, and he loves it here. And it's nothing against Americans, but he doesn't want to go back to America. He likes the way of life here.
Well, yeah. I don't.
He was nearly shot 3 times. He used to live in Arizona, so the first couple of months when he was actually the first couple of years, and even now he still has a bit of a phobia that if you're in a car and he hears fireworks or like a backfire or something like that, he freaks out. So. I've got some really funny stories, and there's so much I want to do, and with him, but it's just going to have to wait. So I'll have to stop talking in a minute.
Don't overdo it. I don't want
So
you.
That's the problem. See, I get the adrenaline rush, which is fantastic, guys. Adrenaline's so great for your crash.
Well, yeah.
Hi, Robbie, darling.
I felt really bad. Like I just want to touch on that. Like I had seen you in other chats. I had. Yeah, and see, people didn't know what I knew. Like I wasn't up on panel that night, so people didn't understand. But I had seen you in other chats, and you were always like trying to make peace. Hey, everyone, you know what I mean? Like everyone.
I know.
Yeah. I saw you.
Stop that, though. So I need to shut up.
I sort of knew who you were, but I couldn't get my message through. And then, when someone said that, they sent her here, that put a seed of doubt. You know how the internet works. So yeah, I'm glad we sorted that, because that's why I was very adamant about, hey, if you're what you're saying, I'll give you credibility, and I'll have you on my live, and I'll prove that you exactly what you say you are, and I knew you were. Yeah. So I'm glad everyone realizes now that you were exactly as you say. Very honest.
There's still a lot of people out there that think of something that I'm not, due to and I'm not going to say names, but again, it's assumptions that, assumptions are made, and that's why assumptions are so bad, like especially on the internet. And that's why I kept saying, please, like, just give me a chance. Like when I came up, I had no idea I was going to cry. I didn't even know I was going to cry right before I was going to cry. Like it just happened. And then I stopped, and I know what it looked like because I stopped and I was kind of okay. And then it just happened again. I'm like, what the hell? But I had I almost lost my husband. And then my pain levels were so bad, and I hadn't slept for like 30 hours. I shouldn't have been on. Like it was crazy of me, and I took full responsibility for my part in it. But this is why we've got to be really careful when people, and I get it, like you get paranoid. Trust me, I had a stalker on the internet, and everyone that spoke to me for years, I was paranoid. I didn't want to talk to them because it became real life stalker as well. That's why I don't use my real full name at all, ever, on the internet.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And so I get it. So, but that's why I try not to make assumptions. I try and look at both sides, and I'm not saying I'm perfect. But yeah, there's some people out there that think I'm in this group when I've never been in this group. I'm like you, Casper. I think where I have my own mind, and I will go anywhere I want to go. You can't tell me where I'm going to go. And I will like who I want to like. And I try and see the good in people as well. Yeah. So, but I'm not perfect, and you know what? I've made mistakes, but the difference is I do apologize. And people have seen me, and people that have known me since I've been on here from the get-go will say that, she's gotten on, she's apologized. I'm not perfect. So
yeah, well, I've explained. I understand. My dear friend Jamie obviously has had fights with many people, and those people go off, and some people do their own live streams or their chat and others, and up until recently I haven't ventured very far from Jamie's because I probably just don't really want the backlash like that I know I would get. Obviously, I don't go to misery streams, but I
Wow.
have, I have recently, ventured into Robbie's and Nikki's and stuff like that. So, and I'm very
Mm.
upfront. So I've already had this discussion with Jamie, and Jamie's all cool with it. So,
Well, I
it,
did the same thing with her. So yeah, she
yeah, so
knows.
yeah,
And if I
yes,
don't like something now, this is what I've realized. I can't be the peacemaker because it ain't going to work. I try and it just doesn't work with me. So when you got up, I was like, oh my God, the Casper's doing it. And I've tried 3 times and I got the backlash. F
yeah,
you. No, I loved it. That's why I left you a message and I wanted to email you and I haven't been able to, but I'll get back.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it
No,
was great that you did because I had tried a few times with Robbie and Jamie and all that. But you know what? In the end, it will work itself out. What I've realized in 2020, what I've got to do, and I'm
well,
trying to do this,
it
is if I
doesn't work.
don't like something, I just go out of the room or I
But
would just
it doesn't
ignore.
work. Lily Bell, it doesn't work from the chat. If you're not like, I found that out. I found if I wasn't
Mm,
willing to go up on the panel and talk to them, then
mm.
they won't. No one's going to
Oh
listen
no,
to you.
I got up on the panel, trust me.
Yeah, I know.
No, I got up on the panels. No, I actually got on and voiced a few times and asked for, yeah, no, but never worked. Every time I tried to fix something, I would
Mm.
make it worse. And I'm like, my God. So then I'll try and fix that. And then I made it worse. And then the third time lucky, I'm like, you know what? Just give up, Belinda. Seriously. It's okay. You're allowed to know that my name's Belinda. I'm just not telling you the rest of my name.
Oh, you did mention that once before. Yeah, but I did forget.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, I saw. I think I saw it in the email, but I wasn't gonna. I like to use the screen name. Um, I
Same.
found, the problem is if you want to put yourself in the middle, and I sort of have done that little bit with Jamie and
Mm,
and Robbie and Mary.
mm.
I sometimes it does backfire, but
Yeah.
I'm still trying. So I'm
We'll keep
suggesting.
on doing it. Like the thing is, with me, obviously it's not working. I've got to put my health first as well.
Yeah,
So, and obviously, if it's working for you, keep doing it if you want to do it. But with me, I've got to put my health first. So it's like, you know what? I need peace, and this is my outlet. So,
exactly. That's
so
what I was saying.
I might stay in a channel and I might not like what's going on. So I might just, not say, I just don't say anything. And then sometimes, I'm like, you know what, guys, I'm going to get going, and I'll go somewhere else, So that's
Yeah,
what I'm trying to do.
yeah. Well, everyone's tried in different
I love
ways.
you, Ravi. Isn't it?
Yeah,
He's a sweetheart.
and like even I just hey Shalom.
Peyton.
Bellen's tried in his way, and maybe in
Yeah.
some ways that's backfired a little bit.
Yeah.
I've tried in slightly different ways, but I've spoken to everyone involved, and I don't know. I think we're getting there. Like I had what I thought was a really good chat with Jamie today. Like, sorry, not
Mm-hmm.
online, but in
Mm-hmm.
chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she took some advice that I gave her, and I'm hoping that things will. Well, I don't expect everyone. Like I said to Robbie, I
No
don't
one
expect.
has to
I
like
don't,
everyone. It's just
exactly.
have
Yeah, I know
respect.
you probably won't ever get back what you guys had before, but you'll get it to some level that'll be nice, happy
Yeah.
medium for everybody.
Yeah.
Like Robbie's able to come into any
Yeah, it
chat.
was lovely tonight that, it was just, you don't have to be
Yeah,
best friends.
there was a few trolls, not many though.
There's always going to be trolls. You can't stop that. Can I just say one thing before I go?
Yeah,
Ian Ellis, is that how you say Ellis? Yeah. Ian
yeah,
Ellis, I actually am going to, see, this is the thing. If I make a mistake, my mum will be the first to tell you guys this. I'm very hard on myself, but I think it's a good thing. I like to look at myself and see my mistakes and try and improve myself as a person. That's just who I am.
yeah.
And I will say that I did make assumptions. Here I am talking about assumptions, and I've just realized, oh dear, I need to apologize to a certain person. Ian Alice, I made assumptions about you, and I may not agree with everything that you say and do, but I apologize. And I will say you were very kind to me you weren't up on the panel when I started crying, but you were very kind when you said, I don't think she's for misery. And to be honest, no, I'm not for misery, but I'm not also going after him with hate. Okay, guys. So I just want to apologize to Ian for that. I don't have to be his best friend, But yeah, it's not that well, yeah, actually, I'll be honest. One or two things I said, that guy's a creep. Yeah, that's pretty harsh. So you can, don't come after me now, Ian, please. I can't handle it.
You said that to Belland?
No, I didn't say it to him. See, I think that's the worst, is I said it in a chat. I think that's worse, and I'm not usually that kind of person. But unfortunately, when you love people, and I absolutely love Robbie, and trust me, I saw his faults, and I think Robbie would be the first to say that I'm probably a bit of a mama bear, and I told him off a few times, and he told me off too. He's like, oh, I forgot where I was going with that. Sorry, guys. But no. I usually don't like talking behind people's backs. I like to talk to their faces. But I did get into that pattern for at least a couple of weeks, where I was like, oh, I'm sick of that, Jamie and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And you know what? It wasn't making me feel like a good person. And, it is how I felt, but I didn't have to let everyone else know that,
Yeah.
And that's just me personally. Everyone's different. So, yeah. So
I think there's been a lot of...
I know, Robbie. I'm sorry. And some of them were really bad, because then I didn't have the whole story. And this is the problem. We gotta realize there's always two sides of the story. It's always two or more people that make a fight, and there's always one person that can actually stop a fight, which means you ignore. And it's not easy. I've had to ignore something that happened to me, and it's not easy, because there's hundreds of people thinking I'm a person that I'm not, and it sucks. But in the end, I think you've got to ask yourself, well, do they really know you? Do you really care? I've got to learn that, because I like people to like me. I hate it when people hate me. And I've got to realize that on the internet, no one, you can be the two good people, but you just don't gel, You can have 60 people in the room and they're all good, beautiful people, but not everyone's going to get along. And we just got to try and respect that. Trust me, I'm trying.
Bill, you could be at the front giving everyone a meal and drinks and everything. You could be feeding 100 people, and I guarantee you, no matter, there'll be a couple of people that won't like you, because they just don't like either the sound of you or the look of you or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter.
I'm too kind. See, apparently you can never be that kind. Lily Bell, no, you can't be that kind. Can't be that kind. That's what I get all the time. And I'm like, well, that's really sad. It's really sad. Actually, I am that kind.
It's just the way.
That doesn't mean... Yeah, but anyway. So I need to stop talking. I see, this is the thing. I so hate the fact I can't talk, because, But anyway, I will get on again.
That's all right. Do it in short bursts so that it doesn't...
Well, unfortunately, even 2 minutes. Like, it's funny. I'll send you a photo. And I think I've sent one to Robbie before, and a few of my other friends, like Irish Eyes and stuff, of me with my brace on and ice packs. It's really sexy. Like, I sent one to my husband, because we're separated at the moment due to health. And I sent one to my husband. He's like, oh yeah, great, sexy, hun. Sexy.
Oh, sorry, I didn't pick up on that. You separated due to health. Yeah.
My husband's not well. He's a lot better than me, but he's not at the same time. He is a transplant patient, kidney pancreas, but he's a bad diabetic as well, and that's why he lost his kidneys. And he's almost blind. He's bad diabetic. He's got amputations. He almost dies. I don't know how many times a year. It stresses me out. And he's just been diagnosed with Asperger's, high functioning. And now I understand why the last 20 years has been hell. Because he's hard to live with. And he doesn't,
That's unbelievable. Yeah.
So unfortunately, we've been separated for 2 years. We don't get to see each other very much. And,
did you say he's in respite, which is like 24-hour care or whatever?
No, unfortunately, we might, because of the fact that twice in a year, he's literally, if it wasn't for the fact that I rang him, he probably would be dead. So I don't sleep very well, and I think it's because I'm worried about him.
Who's helping you?
Usually at night time.
Who's helping you?
Well, I have my parents, but they're older now, and I just don't want my mum's been a caregiver since the age of 14 because her parents were very sick. So, um, and I've only been 4 years out of my entire life away from my parents. And I never wanted to come back home because I wanted them to, they got it. They just brought, the week that I came home, they just brought themselves a caravan. And I felt so bad. But I made sure that I've got care. I've got care 4 times a week. But the thing is, like at the moment with my massive pain that I get, I sweat. My body goes into shock and I sweat so much that it's like I wet the bed, but from the head to both, all over, like I've got puddles. And my poor parents have to change the bed like 3 to 4 times a day, sometimes at night. And my dad's broke his back a few years ago. And my dad's in his 70s, my mum's in her late 60s, and they've actually got a lot of health problems. They're trying to catch up to me now. And so it's really hard. So I'm actually even thinking that I might have to go to a nursing home. So
this is unbelievable how everyone is got so much health issues. It's terrible.
Yeah, well, I think it's my dad feels guilty, but I think we believe that the reason, because I was sick when I was younger as well. I was healthy baby, but from the age of 6 really onwards, I was never really well with my immune system. And we believe it's because my dad was in the Vietnam War and he was sprayed with Agent Orange. He was actually in hospital 3 times due to the effects of it. And also what they drank out of, the drinking barrels, that actually was housed the Agent Orange. So he's actually on the gold card. He had to stop working at the age of 50. He couldn't cope. And it's really actually quite stressful to be here. But it's kind of like living with my husband's more stressful. So it's really hard. So that's why they try and go away as much as they can, because my dad can't handle any stress. So seeing me in so much, I know, like, guys, I sound healthy, I sound great. And that's because usually I'm not healthy, but I'm usually a very happy person. And a lot of people, even doctors, will say to me, how are you this happy? And it's like, well, I don't know. It's just how I am. But the thing is, I am very sick. And I'm not saying that for sympathy, but I am. And I am very ill, and it depresses my parents. Any parent that sees their child, no matter what age, in a lot of pain. And unfortunately, with my illnesses, I haven't been able to improve. I'm actually getting worse. And so it's very, very stressful for them. And it's stressful for my husband too, because he can't cope and he's sick himself and we're separated. So it's hard, but I keep reminding myself there's always someone worse off. Now, it doesn't make me feel better because I'm thinking, crap, I've got a very stressful life, but it makes me appreciate things. And that's why I always say, and I think Robbie probably gets sick of me saying this, but I always say, life's short, guys. Life's short. You never know what's going to happen. I didn't think I was going to get sick. I didn't think this was going to be my life. I had it all planned out, And I mean, you could be healthy as anything, get hit by a bus the next day. And that's why, in the scheme of things, is it really like all these fights and stuff I know it's not going to stop it, but yeah. But anyway, but I've got to stop because I really have overdone it. So I'm going to go and ice my jaw.
All right. No, thank you.
Don't be sad for me. Please don't be sad for me, guys. Don't be sad.
I know. You're probably sick of people saying, I'm sorry.
No, it's not. It's not that. I get it because I'm an empath. Is that what you say? And so I really sense people's feelings. So I get it. I get really I'd rather be the sick one in my family or amongst my friends or even amongst any of you than I'd rather be that person. I'd rather take it, even though I hate it, no one would choose this. It's just who I am. So, and a lot of people in this chat, I do know, and I won't say names, are actually very sick people. And a lot of us, a lot of the time no one knows. And that's why we've just got to be gentle. Even if and that's one thing I do want to say is I totally get what you're talking about when it comes to you can't use your illness as an excuse. Get it, because I hate it when people do that. Yeah. But there are illnesses like mine, but mine doesn't really affect that. But things like MS, for instance, it can make someone extremely, I'm not saying all MS people, so don't come at me, but I know I've got 2 friends that have got MS and they get extremely moody, and they can't help it. They don't know they're doing it. And also medication can do it. So I'm not excusing behavior, but that's why I ignore those people. When they like that, I ignore them. And, you know, we just got to realize that, because I'm not excusing the behavior at all. I'm just saying that we're just going to be mindful that we don't know what's going on in their lives. And you know what? There's the block button. That's all I'm going to say. All right, guys, love you all. And thank you, Casper, for having me on and giving me a chance.
Yeah, no problem.
You really did give me a chance, and I really appreciated it that night, because I was devastated when everyone was saying that I was faking and stuff, because I'm like, oh, here it goes again. And I know I shouldn't worry about it, but it's just, you know.
I think we sorted it all out, though. You know,
it doesn't matter anyway. It's well, Jamie and I emailed each other, and as for the others, I mean, if that's what they think, that's what they think, and I've got to get over it. So, and that's and you know, it's a teaching. I just use it as a teaching tool. So,
yeah.
One thing that I thought that you might be able to talk about if you get stuck with topics is, I think this is a really good one, and I'd actually love to do this with you sometime, even with my husband, because he's lived in America, obviously. He's also lived in England, because he was in the Air Force over there, and in Australia is how our English words are different in different countries. Like fanny, the word fanny. Years and years ago, when the nanny, you know that nanny song, she fell on her fanny. In Australia, that is like it's not the butt. It's not the butt. So we're like, oh my God, like, especially back in I'm talking back in the 90s, you know, like different words mean different things. Like you don't say, I mean, it's a little bit more acceptable these days, but you don't say, oh, we're going to root you. Oh, we're going to root for you. Like in Australia, that's a bad word. So things like that, I think it's something that I've been wanting to do on my channel. I think that, and also different foods like jelly, jam, things like that. We're all different. It's really, really interesting. So I don't know. It's up to you. But, same soul. It's a fanny. A fanny is a vagina. Yeah, exactly. So when we hear that song where she fell on her fanny, it's like, what? How did she fall on her fanny? It's funny. So anyway, all right. I'll be in the chat, Casper.
You know what the word freaks me out? Not freaks me out, but I find funny that the Americans always say, how they say y'all.
Y'all. Yeah.
Keep saying you all. It's like you all.
Or the Canadians do that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A lot of Canadians do that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for coming up.
Yeah, actually, one thing. For the longest time, the only people around was my husband, my parents, and all my friends were Americans. So I remember my nan passed away, and I wrote poetry, and I wrote a poem for her, and I actually stood up and did a poem for her. And at the end of it, and it's not now because I don't talk to a lot of Americans now. So I definitely got the Australian accent, but oh my God, everyone's like, stop speaking American like this. And all my friends that have known me for 20 years were actually having a debate if I was half American. I pick up accents really, really quickly. So, so every so often you actually will hear me pronounce a word differently to most Australians, but I'm not like I used to be. I used to literally sound American. It was funny. So, anyway, all right, guys.
Aussies sound differently too. You sound pretty Aussie to me, like your accent. But if I listen to somebody like Spacey or whatever, to me the accent is really different. Like even Australian.
Do you think I sound more Australian? Do you think I sound more Australian than Spacey?
Oh yeah, to me, yeah.
Really? Just so do I? Because see, in my head, people that think like, so do people think like I sound like a real trucky, like a trucky bitch?
Trucky.
You know what I mean? Like, like those Aussies that are,
It sounds pretty normal to me, but some of the Americans sound normal to me too, but others sound sort of really strange. It's
See,
weird.
my husband, because I've been around him for so long, I don't hear his accent. Every time he goes out, he's stopped and he loves it. And because he's got the Asperger's, he repeats himself. So he goes over his whole entire story. His poor carers, they stand there and they're like, God, this is like the 20th time this has happened. And everyone goes, where are you from? They always say Canada, but he's not. He's French-Canadian, but he was born in America.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's always – but the funny thing with Michael is he says Australian slang. He's been here for 20 years, but with an American accent, but I don't hear the American accent. I hear more of the Australian accent. Like I hear, that's why I love your voice so much. I'm like, oh yeah, the American girls and the British girls are gonna love you, Casper, because I hear your accent more than an American accent because I'm so used to Americans. It's really weird.
Yeah, I like some of the American accents. Like for instance, I love Starlights, and
she's beautiful.
Yeah, Jamie to me sounds normal. Like she doesn't sound
same. She's a little southern, but not
much.
Not much. No.
So, yeah, it's really weird. Like I'd say Robbie sounds pretty normal to me.
Yeah, we've got some accents in Australia too. Like Queenslanders are a lot slower. All my relatives.
What do you mean a bit slower?
Are you in Queensland?
Yes, I am. But I'm from New South Wales. I was born in New South Wales. I just moved to Queensland 10 years ago.
What I meant was you talk slower. All my relatives live in Queensland. Oh, God. Okay, I've put my foot in it. I'm going. Okay. All right. See ya. I'll see you in chat.
Okay. All right. Bye.
I love you all, guys. And remember to love and respect yourselves. And if you're having a bad day, as always. Bye, guys. Mwah. Bye, Casper.
Bye.
Now I've got to get. I don't use Streamlabs. I actually signed up for it, and I've got no idea how to use it. So
I can remove you, or you can.
How do I get? Oh, I'll leave studio.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Bye, guys. Take care.
Wow, there you go. There's Lilybell, probably the longest she's been on chatting. Yeah. Sorry, I had a phone call, but I didn't take it on my mobile. And now she's sending me messages, but it's only a friend. Yeah, no, okay, I'll tell you the real ironic thing, guys. You know how like Lilybell was saying, like, oh, the British and the American girls are gonna love you. Yeah, that's fine, but guess what? That's a long way for a date or a coffee. like this is what I go to work and it's like, okay, so I get to hear Jamie's nice voice tonight, or I'm hoping to catch up with Starlight because I like Marianne, and it's like, oh my God, they're like, these people are 20 hours from me by flight. I think, like, are you kidding me? It's a $2,000 flight or something. Like, why don't you just find a girl down at the supermarket, Darren? Well, I don't like shopping either. I'm a little bit like, I leave that to others. That was great. I don't know about you guys, but like, I know Lilybell doesn't want any sympathy like that. You know, you dealt with what you dealt with in this world, but it's hard not to feel really, really, sad when she starts telling me about the husband and the parents, and like, that's really, really difficult. I mean, I brought a house and I share with my mum because my mum separated from my stepfather about 3 or 4 years ago. So just mum and I, like, and I just do my own thing. She still works part-time and I'm full-time. So I don't know. You just move along in life, survive the best you can. So does anybody else that wants to come up? You know the sacrifice I'm making tonight, guys. But usually, like when I'm on panel, right, I turn my AC off because it's like, let me tell you how hot it is. Oh fuck it, not that hot. It's just hot in this room. It's 24. Apparently, it's 24 degrees C outside. I don't know what the conversion is. It's probably 70 something, 60. I don't know. I can't remember the conversion. But in my room, it feels about 30 degrees. And it's quite hot, and I usually if I'm in chat, I can just listen. I turn the AC on, and I can just listen, and it's all fine. I can either lay on my bed or I can sit at my desk or whatever. But when now I'm running the stream, right? I can't turn my AC on because it's gonna like give you too much. Did I have a date? No, but I wanted. If I had my own way, I would have definitely let's just say I was talking to Starlight, and she was like, in Brisbane. Yes, I would have asked her for a coffee or something like that. But obviously, like when people live that far away, it ain't gonna happen anytime soon. But that's okay. I've thrown her back into the ocean. I've given her back to Andy. I don't know if you guys know that joke, but anyway. Oh, all right. So tell me, okay, I'm going to turn the AEC on as Sol suggested, and we'll see how much noise it puts back through, okay? So hang on a second. Have to take the headphones off. All right, I turned it on. So tell me, because I've got my back to it, so I'm blocking off some of the noise, I guess, with my body. So tell me if it's loud, or can you hear it? Oh, shut up. No difference? Okay. I'll leave it on because I'm starting to feel it now. It's nice. Irish Eyes, isn't she married with kids? No, she hasn't been married for a while. She's been on her own with 2 kids for the last 6 years, so she was telling me. So, but I'm not going to put I'm going to put personal shit out there, but yeah, just one answer. Yeah, I've been sweating for nothing. Yeah, because you know what I was building? I'm thinking like, oh, I wonder how long I'm going to stream for, whether I should I'm going to be really sweaty after this, and then I'll have to go for a swim and cool down. But I will anyway. I think it just gets hot in my room because I've got like a big computer and I've got 2 screens and I've got another huge LCD over there as a third screen if I want to drag the browser over to that screen, and then I lay in bed and watch the browser so I can see the chat. So I've got this all set up really, really well in my room. In actual fact, I should tell you the story of the house. So when we were moving, because we downsized when my mum split, and we had to decide what we were going to do. So I brought my stepfather's share out. I brought him out of the house. So we had to pay X amount of dollars, and then it was, my name on the house. But the house was just too big for 2 people. It was like a double-story Queenslander. If you look it up, you'll see pictures of double-story Queenslanders. And yes, I have a pool. And no, I'm not into tennis, but my mum watches it non-stop. So if I walk through the lounge room, tennis, it's just tennis 24/7 out there. So Mum found this house. She goes, oh, because we were really desperate because we sold. Right, I made a shitload of profit on this house, this other house, and we wanted to downsize because it was only going to be Mum and I. And I said, Mum, we don't need anything big because it's just too much maintenance for us. And she goes, yeah. Anyway, so we found this place, right, and it was a 3-bedroom house, and Mum says, oh, meet me at this address after work, right? So I come to this house. Oh, outside looks fine. Just in a normal street, normal house, looked fine. Front fence was a bit that bit tatty, wire sort of fence, which I've pulled down. But it had a huge carport, no garage, but a huge carport that you can fit 2 cars comfortably, like easy. And it had a decent backyard. Needed a little bit of work, right? It was a good investment sort of thing. So we go inside, and at first I don't mind the lounge room. The kitchen's maybe a little bit old, done some work in there, put a mixer in and some cupboards and stuff for Mum, just to make it look nicer and stuff. Then I come down to look at the bedrooms, right? And they're fucking tiny as. They're so small. They both had built-ins. One's got a ceiling fan. The other one didn't have a ceiling fan. They're back-to-back type rooms. And I've just looked at Mum and I've gone like, the rooms are too small. How am I going to fit my shit in here? Like, they were just too small. And Mum goes, well, you can use both rooms. And I'm thinking, how am I going to get... Like, I swear, guys, I wouldn't have been able to get this computer desk and a big TV, like, in one room. Like, it just wouldn't have worked out well. So, you know what I did? I contacted my builder friend that I play soccer with. And I said, hey, mate, I want to know if something's possible. Could you come over and have a look? I want to knock the wall out. So he comes over and he goes, yeah, it's not structural. He goes, I can. So basically, we took the wall out. We took the one built-in out and the whole wall. Like now I've got like an archway, sort of an archway. And I've still got a little bit of painting to do. But basically I turned 2 rooms. Yeah, I knocked the wall out and turned 2 rooms into one. So I have like this huge triangle-shaped room now. So on one wall, I should take a picture and show a couple of views. On one wall, I have a massive TV, like because I won 19 grand down the club last March. So one of the first things I brought was what size would it be? I used to have a 50-inch TV, right? This one's probably like, I think this one's 80-inch TV. So then I had to buy that, huge brackets and fix it to the wall. And I've got this huge TV on one end of the triangle room, the long end of the triangle room. And then basically the desk is like blocking the old door that would have been in one of the rooms, the desk. And then at the other end of the triangle is where I've got the bed and the Australian flag and the ceiling fans like right above my bed. And I've got a 32-inch LCD there that that's connected to the computer as well. So yeah, I turned it into, I turned a 3-bedroom house. I probably lost value. Like I'm going to have to turn it back. If I ever move, I'm going to have to turn it back because you just lose way too much value. I've turned, like Mum keeps telling everyone, it goes, he turned a 3-bedroom house into a 2-bedroom house. And I look at him and go, yeah, but I'm happy. I've got room, like, to do everything in my room. Like, because I at the other house, I had the whole downstairs. I had the games room. I had a huge bedroom. I had like a decent lounge room, and I went from that to like this two little dinky rooms. And Mum goes, "Oh, you can use both rooms," and I'm like, "You're fucking kidding!" And then I thought I'd just put a door between the rooms so that I didn't have to go around. But then I just took the whole wall out. And Mum goes, "Well, if we had the money, we could extend that way, And I said, "Yeah," because we've had instances where. My young niece, she left home like at 17, and she had trouble with my stepsister, and she's since moved back home, thank God. But in the meantime, we had her coming over here and crashing over here, and we don't have a spare bedroom, so she has to sleep on the lounge type thing, which is a nice, comfortable lounge. And I said to Mum, even though like Mum, if Mum had gone to work, she keeps telling her, "Hey, use my bed, like take my room, blah blah blah." But every time I got up, the niece was on the lounge. So yeah, we miss not having that extra room to have guests over. But no, Becky, no. What you don't understand is Mum's got the main room with the built-in. I gave Mum the main room, the main bedroom, which also isn't huge, but it's decent. And she's got like the double bed in there and everything. No, and she's got the built-in. Sorry, it's not a built-in. It's a walk-through or whatever, and then it goes straight into the bathroom. So yeah, she's got the sort of decent room, and that's fine. I told her, yeah, you have that, and plus she's at the other end of the house, which is good. I'm at the end of the house, like towards the backyard type thing. So yeah, and anyway, when I moved in, it was one of those houses. It was one of those houses that's really hot all the time. Like even in our winter, it's still a hot house. It's a tin roof house, but unusually hot, even though it's well insulated because I've been in the roof to check things out. So what we did when we first moved in, because we made a lot of profit on the other house, I had a little bit of money to spend. So what I did was I spent about 5K. I spent about 5K putting air conditioning in. So I put this. It's funny. I put this unit in the lounge room, right? And the guy said to me, he goes, okay, you could put 5kV in the lounge room, right? And I put a little 1.5 in Mum's room to keep her room cool, right? But my rooms are right down the other end, and I didn't want to spend too much money because I want to look at getting solar as well. So we just did the lounge room and Mum's room, right? And the guy says to me, he goes, "Oh, I can get a 7.2 kV for only like $500 more." And I went like, "Okay, that's fine." Well, anyway, this unit is a beast, right? It turns the lounge room into a fucking meat packing plant. It's like you turn it on, and within, say, I would say 5 minutes, and it's cold in the lounge room. Like 5 minutes, you could come in and it feels like 40 degrees, and within 5 minutes, it's down like so cold. And if I leave it on, it'll sort of filter down the hallway into my room. But what I've got in my room is just one of those portable ones. I think we say portable, where it just has a hose to the window, so you have to sort of seal. You have to have a window open and then seal it, which I have done with the foam and all that. So the air, the hot air, blows out the back, if that makes sense. Yeah. So it works. It does the job. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit cooler now. You need it on for a while though. It does take. And I've got the fan on, so blows the cold air right around and stuff like that. But I tell you what, it's not comfortable. Lilybell would know what I mean. Even I think Deborah's Aussie as well. It's warm. It's really warm. You know, you have a nice cold shower. You barely put any hot water in the shower up here, and then you have a nice cold shower. You cool down. You think to yourself, oh, I feel good, and then you lay in bed for an hour and you just start sweating unless you've got it really cold. Like, I haven't hopped under a sheet or a doona this whole summer. All I do is sleep on top with shorts on or something, with my 3 pillows. Yeah, and it feels so uncomfortable. But you don't want to be going. See, if I go for a swim, I keep a lot of chlorine in this little pool that I use during the summertime, right? And it's sort of it keeps the water nice, but you can smell the chlorine from the tablets that I put in the float thing. And I always feel like I need to actually shower afterwards too. And if you wash your hair and you condition your hair and then you go swimming, your hair goes all yucky again. That's just me. I'm really raving on tonight, aren't I? Don't get me started. I gave Jamie. Oh, by the way, I didn't report on why Jamie quickly ended her stream. I found out. Hey, where is she? Jamie. Let me check it out. Yeah, she said, "Hey, sorry, I got a phone call and had to take it. Sorry to cut the stream off. I love talking with you. Blah 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 blah." Yeah. Okay. So I sent her the link, but I'm not sure if she's came in. I don't think she must be busy. Maybe she's actually sleeping, which I totally understand. I understand the time difference. It's hard to catch up with my other mates too. I usually, if I want to catch up with Jeff or Fancy, Fancy's the same time zone as me, only 1 hour difference. He's in Asia. But if I want to catch up with my friend Jeff in Toronto, best time for me to stream is probably around 10 o'clock in the morning, which I think is his evening, but not too late. Like, it'd probably be about 5 o'clock in the morning in Toronto now, I think. Is anyone from Toronto in here? Ing's not in here, is he? He's from Canada. Sorry, I do have trouble remembering where everyone's from, other than the people that I know. I know where Sol is. I know roughly Becky. Lilybell's in Melbourne. Yeah, so Deborah's in Queensland, but I'm not 100% sure where. I don't think she's ever said it, and I don't really need to know all the details. If the person doesn't want to give any details, I understand that. That's fine. I've always said I'm in Brisbane in Queensland. I've always said it on my podcast, so it's not something that I'm saying now that's new. That's why I just keep saying the same thing. So it's probably Susan now. I think where Nikki is, so probably 6:30. Okay, so yeah, Jeff might be up, and I know he loves catching up with me, but he's not on Skype at the moment. I think Jeff was on my last. Thing. He's had some difficulties, but he's a really, really good friend of mine. Again, more illnesses. Fucking everyone's got something, eh? So, what am I missing here? I should do what Mary does. You know how she like reads out the chat and stuff. I love how she does that. It's so funny. Deborah says, Crow, friend, I live close to Caspar. Becky P, yes, it's usually an hour ahead. I think we're Nikki, so probably 6:30 there. You know how she does that? It's so funny. I love that. I have a stepbrother in Brisbane. You never told me that, Sol. You never told me you had a stepbrother in Brisbane. Oh my God, how long have we been talking for? You never told me that ever before. Just when you think you know someone. Anyone heard from Mary? No. I was hoping that Mary might have done a... Is any of you guys in her Discord? Okay, well, she has her own Discord, guys. And... Okay. Okay. All right, I said to her... I jumped in there, and of course, you know me, I'm sort of like stirring her up. I said, Mary, must be due for a 12-hour stream. And she wrote back about how long afterwards. Oh, only an hour afterwards this morning, my time. And she says, I don't know about 12-hour, but I might have to do one tonight, depending if I'm sleepy or not, Casper. And then she puts all these ghosts and bats and stuff, emojis in there. And someone asked to do it, Mary. It's Friday night. We need some fun. And then someone else says, yeah, are you busy? Short one, maybe. And then she has commented tonight, only an hour and a half ago, that she had to get some sleep. So I don't know if that means that she did get some sleep or whether she's going to still get some sleep. I'm not sure. I'll drop a note in here now in case she's there, in case she's up and she wants to come over and say hello to you or in my live. I go, hi Mary, I'm live now. If you want to come and say hi to all the peeps of the world. I don't need to drop the link. She should be subbed to me. I'll leave it open because this thing keeps like flashing at the bottom of the screen. Every time someone does something in Discord, it's very, very annoying. I have to find out how to mute some of the notifications because stuff happens in other rooms, other servers in other rooms that I really don't generally join in. I'm really only in sort of the Truth Tellers and a couple of others, and I want my private messages, of course. But the thing flashes every time it has activity, and it's very annoying. So you just joined Discord. No, you didn't join Discord, Lilybell. You joined Dickcord. I never heard of Dickcord. Sorry. It should be called Dickcord. That's the funny thing about it. Yeah, all right. You don't have to fix it. It's funny the other way. It's fun. It's much, much funnier being Dickcord. On Dickcord. Oh dear. Well, Lilybell, like, are we friends on Discord? I hope so. Oh, Judy Ron. Yeah, I watched Judy Ron. He streams. He's pretty good, man. I mean, he's pretty cool, pretty honest up front. Oh, Invaders here. Watch out! Everyone behave. Everyone behave. The Invaders here. He's like the he drops in and makes sure that he's really looking for misery. Like he just hunts him down wherever Vin is, wherever misery is. Vin Vader's not far behind. I don't. It's just, yeah. Well, you know, I'm working on it because we would. I was talking to Joe. Can't remember where it was. I think it was just maybe Twitter DM or something, and I wanted Vin Vader to come on to my panel, but he does great videos and he talks quite well. But for some reason, he says he's not confident on live streams, which I'm surprised because he talks very good, very well rehearsed. He knows his facts. He's got his shit in order. And I was hoping that he actually would come up and chat to me sometime, but I'm not, you're not going to hassle someone to come up, because I'll be honest with you, when I first got on there was no way in the world I'd ever go up. Yeah, I like him too. He's very well spoken and stuff. He just seems to like to have a bit of a phobia. Actually, Casper, don't watch him. They get sent to me. Oh, okay. No, I was trying to rev you up, like, I was trying to rev you up, bro. You're supposed to go with the flow. Come on now. I'm desperate here for content. I mean, I've got to make shit up. Nah, just kidding. No, it's good. It's good. But I thought having Joe on at the right time would trigger who. So I was all for that. It's just like, I thought that would work, because obviously I've triggered him a little bit, not anywhere near as much as you people, but anyway. Yeah, I know he's got people watching all the time and reporting back and stuff like that. Oh, hang on. I had a reply from Mary, guys. So hang around. Let me just let me put the links in her Discord. She said she didn't get notification. Did you guys get notification? I don't know. All right. Or I give her the StreamYard link and she can just bypass YouTube and come into StreamYard if she wants. Bang. I've sent both to her Discord. There's lots of people in the Discord. Oh, Jamie's still in. Jamie's in her Discord too. Jamie didn't get kicked out. That's good. That's good. I'm happy about that. All right. So I don't think Mary is very far away, guys. Is she here already? Oh, I don't see her yet. Oh, Sol, you're not supposed to tell them about your holiday. You're not supposed to tell them about how you're coming over to see me. Just kidding. I forgot where you were going again. Cambodia? Jamaica? I can't remember. You did say something. Can't remember where you were off to. So normally, guys, I'm not home Saturday night, right? Normally I'm at the club. All right. Try and, to lose all my millions of dollars that I have. And I just decided that I wasn't going to the club for a while, because the club is not being very kind to us. But they send me money, like if I go and swipe my card, like the membership card, right? So when I don't want it, I'm a jock. What is it? Where is that, by the way? Is that in Europe? That's in Europe, right? Pretty sure that's in Europe. Anyway, they send me money, all right? And you got to swipe your card. Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying which club. Are you crazy, Deborah? That's getting too close to home. But it is 45-minute drive for me. It's in my old. Oh yeah, I have a little bit of a social life. Yeah. I'm lucky enough to get asked out every now and then from a female friend, and I have other female. Hang on, I have. How can I describe it? I have female friends. No, it's not a casino. It's a bowling club, actually. I have female friends, and then I have... What do you guys call them over in America? Over here, we call them, like, friends with benefit, if you know what I mean. Like FWB. I see it on dating sites and stuff. That's, like, the slang word for it. So I have one of them, but I have female friends, like real female friends, and couples, too. I feel bad because I have couples... that I made friends with at the club, and they still go to the club. So what I did, I gave them my card. Yeah, booty call. That's right, Becky. I didn't just want to say it like that. I give them my card, and every time they send me a text, like I'll read you this text I just got tonight. Treasure alert, blah, blah. Don't miss 100,000 second chances tomorrow. You have 717 entries. Please come before tomorrow, 1 p.m. and swipe your card to receive $25 bonus points. So basically they give you like bonus points, but it's dollars, right? So they usually send me 25 on Wednesday, and they send me another 25 on Saturday or for Sunday or whatever. So if I'm not going there, I'll just get my friend to swipe my card for me, and then when I do go there, I've got like 50, 75, $100 on the card that I can just cash in, and I try to use that money rather than my own. So, what did I miss? Who's calling me a sucker? Anyway, it's not a casino. Brisbane does have a casino in the city, but that's like an hour 10 away from me. So I tend to go to the local. The members draw. Yeah, Deborah, that's where I won the 19,000. Was on the members draw, end of month, members draw. I spun the wheel, so my name came out, and it took It took near 8 years for my name to come out, going there every Sunday of the end of the month. So the most you can win is 20 grand. So I spun the wheel and I flicked it onto 19 grand. And then like a couple of months later, one of my friends that I was just talking to, the lady that's swiping my card, her name finally came out. And can you believe it? She spun 20 grand on the wheel. And I think the 20 grand shows up 3 times on the wheel, and she spun 20 grand. Unbelievable. And then she bragged to me about it, like, "Oh, I beat you. Like, yeah, fuck. Okay, you beat me." Like, anyway, so I remember talking about this one on my other podcast, and so what I did was, obviously I had spend a little bit money back, but what I said was I paid off some bills. I brought the big TV, and then what I did was I grabbed $10,000 of it, and I paid off. I haven't finished paying off, but I put it on my car because I brought a new car in 2017. I brought a Mazda 3 Max model. Beautiful car, my first ever brand new car. Only 2 liter, but hey. Air condition. Oh, my air conditioning is so great. It's fucking freezing in there. I love it. And when I get to work, right, my phone's like frozen because I put it on my phone's got like one of them magnetic things, and I just stick it on the holder, and then it's right on the vent. So no chance of the phone ever overheating. Because if you put the phone in the summertime in Australia, guys, if you put the phone on a holder that's like up against like the windscreen, the phone, if you try to do something with the phone will overheat. The iPhone used to turn off, it gives you the temperature warning. So I can't have in the summertime, even on a reasonable day here, you couldn't do it. You can't put your phone on the holder that has the heat coming through the reflection of the window. So I gave, what does she need the link for? Where is she? I gave her the link. I gave it to her in her Discord. Where is she? I don't even see her in here. What, is she blocked or something? I don't block hardly anybody. I wouldn't even block Misery for 5 minutes while he hated on me. Let me go back in Discord. I gave you the link is right there. The link's right there. The links are right there. It's there. It's there. How big a ghost symbol do you need to look at? Look, it's right there. YouTube. Even the Streamlines link is there. Oh, I can't come up this time. I'm blaming. She's not going to come up, but she'll come in the chat. She'll be in the chat, though. She's going to come in the chat. So she can talk to you guys. You guys think I'm like trolling you, like she's just not going to come, like, oh, Casper's just trying to keep us here, and he's saying that I killed my sim, I forgot. What did you I remember Mel's phone blew up. Glad he wasn't using it. Yeah, what, because of the heat out here? Yeah, but they brought in some new rules. I think it's going to go everywhere, obviously, like worldwide. But they brought in some new rules now. If you're seen to touch your phone while you're driving your vehicle, it's $1,000 fine and something like 3 or 4 points. It's like speeding. It's like being caught speeding 30k over the limit. I mean, it's really serious. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I'd say she's going to be on her way because she just thanked us in the Discord. Oh, sorry, Discord. Discord. Dear. So what am I gonna talk about now? Now the pressure. I have all this pressure of Mary the super streamer. Mary the super streamer is coming over here, and I've gone through my best content. What else can I talk about? A dingo stole my stick family. I got this sticker on my computer. It was supposed to go on the car. Right? And it says, a dingo stole my stick family figure. You know how they put those family figure. You have them all around the world, right? Where they put them stickers on the back with the mum and the dad and the kids and the dog and all that sort of shit. That annoys the shit out of me because I don't have any of that. So I brought one that has like a in Star Wars. What was in Star Wars? Those things that walk really slowly and fired with the big feet. I forgot what they were actually called. I have that on a sticker, and it's shooting down at the family. Anyway, sorry, you have to be single with no kids and a wife to understand the humor of that one. I don't know. What time is it here? Oh, it's 9:45. That's good. Kill some time. I watched a few things today. Did a few chores today. Mowed the back lawn again, or most of it. Fixed a towel holder in the bathroom because it fell off, and Mum's been hassling me, and it's been sitting. It's been sitting in the bathroom in pieces for like, gotta be 3 or 4 weeks before I finally got around to doing it. Because every time I was in the bathroom, I didn't have the screwdriver. So, and I don't know. I don't really want to be working on a towel rack sort of naked. So I felt like, well, I have to go and get dressed, and then I'll come back. And then I just didn't come back. My mum had me really young. My mum had me when she was 19. So my mum is like 70 odd. And she still works part-time. Oh, look who's arrived. Why did I have to approve that comment, Mary? You should have approval. You didn't write anything bad there. Hey, Mary, how you going? Thank you for coming. Oh, I was going to ignore that one, Lily Bell. My bad dating or girlfriend experience. Oh, shit. I don't know. I've had a lot of girlfriends, but I've only had 2 live-in relationships, if you want to call them like that, and both of them lasted information desk person. That's what I was wondering what that emoji meant, and I put the little cursor over it, and it's information desk person. What the fuck does that mean? Anyway, so I've only had 2 live-in relationships, right? And Lily Bell, I'll tell you about the last one. Her name was Jane. Her real name was Jane. And I met her. Somehow I met her online, but not in a dating site. It was just somehow I met her online, and she ended up on my Skype, but I don't think it was Skype back then. It was something else. But I didn't meet her online. Sorry, on a dating website. We weren't on a dating website. So I meet her, and I start talking to her on and off. And I'm in Sydney, and she's from Melbourne. All right, north suburbs of Melbourne it was. And I'd never been to Melbourne before, but it was 1,000 k's away from Sydney, or is that no? Sydney to Brisbane is 1,000 k's. It's more. I think it's further from Sydney to Melbourne. I just can't remember exactly how many kilometers or miles for that matter. And so we talked for about 6 months, right? And I was living with my cousin. We were like best mates and stuff. We worked together and all that sort of stuff, and we shared a house and stuff. And anyway, one time he says to me, I said to him, and I wasn't driving at that stage. I didn't have a car or something like that. So she says, my cousin says to me, he goes, why don't we go down to Melbourne? I've never been to Melbourne before. I can drop you off at Jane's, and then I can pick you up in 2 days or something. And we'll, he wanted to go and see Melbourne or whatever. And I'm thinking, oh, I don't know. It's a bit, isn't that a bit scary? Like getting dropped off at someone's house you never even met, and you expected to you think you're gonna. Anyway, I threw it out there at her, and she went, "Yeah, that'd be cool, no problems." Like, she didn't there was no, oh, I've got a spare room or this or that. And it's like, oh wow, bit nervous, but okay. So then somehow because this is a long time ago, guys. So there's got to be some details missing, but anyway, me and my cousins had like a small little car, really small, and it's like we're gonna drive like 1,000 like K's or whatever to go to Melbourne, and neither of us had been there. So anyway, off we go from Sydney down through I can you remember, down to Albury, Albury Wodonga or whatever, and then off the way to Melbourne. We found her place, and basically she just I knew what she looked like, and we all knew what each other looked like, that sort of thing, right? It wasn't like a blind date or anything. So then we all go inside, and we're all friendly and all that. And anyway, after like a couple of hours, Tim, my cousin, says to me, he goes, "All right, guys, where you guys? I'm gonna go and find somewhere to stay." And I think he basically was just doing it for me, and he wanted to get out. Two's company, three's a crowd type thing. And so he took off, and then it was just Jane and I, and we just hit it off really, really well. So we got, really, really close, and she had just she had gotten rid of someone not too long ago, and I think I might have been dating someone before that as well. And we just hit it off really well, and it was really sad when I had to go back to Sydney. I was actually really sad, so I felt something pretty good. So anyway, we start talking, and then we decide that we want to see each other somehow. We were gonna work it out. So what we started doing was I had a pretty good job in Sydney. So what we started doing was we were just flying. Each of us would take a turn every month. We would talk every day, but every month one would fly up to Sydney and one would fly down to Melbourne, right? She used to fly up to Sydney a lot more because she felt like she just needed a break, and she loved getting out. So she, and she didn't mind Sydney. So, I always thought it was too rude. I always thought it was too rude to expect her to just drop everything and move up. So what she did was she was at uni, but she worked part-time as a nurse, but she was studying radiography, which is a pretty good profession, and it's a very, very hard course. So after, I think, 1 year of long distance relationship, and this is the sad part, guys. I tried so hard, but her parents didn't like me. They didn't like me. I tried hard. Jane tried hard. I tried hard. I really put the time in. I went down there for their anniversary and really tried really hard, but they just didn't seem to like me. But I think it was more of a case of they just didn't like where it was heading, because I got a funny feeling that they thought that Jane would eventually move up to Sydney with me, which she eventually did. But really it was because they weren't very nice about the whole thing. And I had the full-time job that I'd been there for, at that stage, probably, 15 years or something like that. A long time. It was a really, really good job. So to tell a long story short, we arranged for her to transfer universities from Melbourne to Sydney. And so she transferred, and basically her parents were very upset with her, but she had me, so I thought everything was fine. Give it time. Hopefully she worked things back out with the parents. So she moved out. We moved into this villa this is you're gonna love this story. We moved into the villa that I grew up with when I was a kid, with my mum and my other second mum. They were girlfriends. So I was raised most of the time, at least until I was from about 4 to about 10 or 11 or 12, I was raised by two girls. And then my mum met my stepfather. So anyway, I moved into that villa because my second mum brought it as an investment because she lived in the area. So I said to her, "Would you rent that villa to Jane and I?" So I moved in all them years later into the same villa I grew up with. Mind you, it had been upgraded since I'd lived there. So I thought that was really weird. Anyway, we stayed there for about 3 years, and then basically I thought everything was fine, and we never got to the stage where we ever discussed anything further to the point, like, because I was 7 years older than her, so I remember this pretty clearly. I met her when she was 24, so I was 31 or 30 or 31, right? 7 years, not much. It's not much these days, anyway. But she was very mature, really mature in many ways, more than me. But so this I was gonna like sugarcoat this, but this is actually the way it happened. So woke up one morning in bed, with her, whatever, and as you do, and we're talking just like, in bed, and she turns to me and says, I can't remember the exact words. I'm trying to remember the exact words. I think it would be a good idea if I moved out. And I just, I thought it was April Fool or something. And I looked at her and I'm like, what? So how that came about, I how they say that the guy is the last to know about something? Well, in this case, I was the last to know that obviously she had been going through like these thoughts for a while, but it wasn't clear to me. We were working, we were just living that, living life, everyday sort of stuff, normal stuff. There was no like drop off of sex life or anything like that. We still did all the same stuff we'd always done. And I had no idea whatsoever. And she just hit me with that one morning. And then from there, basically, once someone tells you something like that, and so I moved into the other room, and I every now we would talk, but it was just, she was just content with that it wasn't going to work for whatever reasons that she had, which is fine. That's her reasons. I always thought it was weird. So basically we were together about 3 years or something. I think we had lived together for at least 2 years in the villa that I can remember. And basically she just got to a point where she was sort of like, when someone is self-destructing something before your eyes and you can't really do too much about it, and you get angry a little bit and you get sad. So eventually she just basically moved out, and she moved out before she wanted to move back to Melbourne. So she actually got a short-term lease herself, and this is another thing too. She got her parents, right? Her parents and her brother to come all the way from Melbourne to help her move her stuff out of the house. So that was quite. Yeah, and they were all like, you imagine how sort of happy they would have been with the whole thing. So, but what can you do? There's nothing you can do about these things. Yeah, I know it's a shitty story. It's still like I still don't know why. But okay. So the funny thing is, okay, so she moves into this. She moved into a flat for 6 months or something because she had to transfer back and organize her stuff, and she just thought that we couldn't sort of work it out. Well, she had made that decision, not mine. I couldn't understand it at all. And so we didn't talk for a few days because, I mean, the her moving out part was just like, Miles had just ripped the heart out and chop it up into little pieces, you know what I mean? And so I had a couple of days off work, and my boss even came over to visit me because we knew each other very well. So he came over as well, and he knew what was going on. So fuck, I need to get some water here. Hang on a sec. Oh. Talking like gives you sore throat. All right. Let me put my headphones back on. All right, so we start talking after a while, right? So we started meeting at Bankstown, like at the shopping center. So we would have lunch together and talk whatever, and then there was even on occasions where I said like, this, being by yourself at night is hard and whatever, and then she came over a couple of times and we did the deed, but it was only like convenience. It wasn't like, oh, I miss you, I'm going to come back, or anything like that. So once she turned it off, I don't know if girls do this, but once they turn it off, they turn it off. That's it. Look, I made Vin Vader so sad with my love life story that he's leaving. Anyway, I did actually tell somebody earlier in chat that the 2 times that I went through that, I know everyone's going to try to convince me otherwise, but the 2 times I went through that, I have never, ever felt that badly before. That broken heart thing that people talk about is a real thing, and it feels like your heart just goes to concrete and it's just cracking in your chest. And I told everyone the same thing. When my 2 stepsisters asked me, have you got anybody in your life, Darren? Have you got anybody? Are you and my second mum, every time I go down to the Gold Coast, because she lives at the Gold Coast now, when I go and see her, she asks me all the time, oh, you're dating her? And I said, I can't do it. I can't do that anymore, because those 2 times, especially the last one, that it is like, I can't even describe the feeling. I can't go there again. It's too hard. It's too hard. I'd rather just like enjoy. I'd rather just enjoy my 3 nieces that I have, or I have other nieces, but the ones up here, my half sister up here has 3 nieces. I can't do it anymore. I honestly, I talk like, there's people that I like. Because it's like it's like, you remember how, like, the old saying, how guys, like, they don't use their brain to think, they use their dicks to think, sort of thing. Well, it's like a never-ending fucking battle that you have this human instinct inside you. And I know that we're not all straight. I know there's, people are gay, but it doesn't matter who it is, whether it's you're grieving, you're grieving, you're wanting another girl or you're wanting another guy, whatever the mix is, it doesn't matter. But so I have this human instinct, or guys do, to want to be with a woman, and you can't stop wanting that. That's like, it's built in. Like, if you're a guy, you're chasing a guy. If you're a gay girl, you're chasing girls. I imagine it's the same thing. But the thing is, though, your brain tells you what you really should be doing to keep yourself safe, and you don't want to go down that road, but your instincts want you to go down that road, if you know what I mean. And that to me, that is so hard. I battle that constantly. And then even when you meet someone, guys, you know how hard it is to really understand somebody. There's people that get together that fucking hate each other's guts now, and like, I can't do that anymore. It's so hard to get to know somebody these days. So hard. I cracked it at someone today, right? Because I feel like, well, when I say cracked it, I didn't really crack it, but I said to someone today that it's all one-sided. You can't do one-sided relationships of any kind, even if they're just friends. It has to be two-way. So, menopause? What the fuck's going on here? So did I miss something? Did Deborah, did you ever say where roughly where you were from? Obviously you're in Queensland, yeah. Or did you tell me before? Oh, okay, Lily Bell. Yeah, yeah. See, that's different. All again. That's so. Oh, Gold Coast. Yeah, yeah. Well, actually, my second mum, is on. Oh God, Darren. Um, Jesus Christ, my memory's going as I get older. I was only there like not long ago. Um, which beach is it again? Not Mermaid. What's the next one up from Mermaid? Going upwards towards Sunshine. Towards Broad Beach. Yeah, that's it. She lives in the apartment building right on Broad Beach, 24th floor, one down from the penthouse. Views to kill for, but I couldn't live in a fishbowl. But it's a beautiful place. And I was down there just a week before I went back to work, and got sunburned as hell. Swimming at the beach for an hour. The waves was ridiculously stupid. They were all coming in from different directions. It was a terrible day. But then I went back and swam in the pool. We had a barbecue, and that's like an hour and 20 minutes drive from me, by the way. Yeah, Mermaid Beach pretty nice, but Broad Beach is pretty good too. They're all nice. They're all nice along there. Beautiful. And nice parks too. She lives right opposite that beautiful park where they have all the fairs, and it's nice. It's actually a couple. There's even some homeless. We walked through there, and there was even a couple of homeless people actually sleep there. Yeah, $1 million views for these homeless people. Kermit, yeah, I've heard of that. All right, my friend's texting me back again. What is she gonna? Did she swipe my card? Why can't I open my phone? Fuck. I changed from iPhone, right? That's another thing we can talk about. I changed from iPhone to Android, right? Because fucking Apple rip you off with iPhones. They're worth too much. Oh, I got $95 on my card. How fucking good is that? And tomorrow she's gonna swipe another $25. That gives me $120 I can get out next time I go down there, which will be next Wednesday after soccer. Oh, when I was talking about soccer before, I was talking about the normal soccer. But what I'm also playing, and you're going to have to Google this, and don't have any cracks at me because it actually is harder than you think. I'm also playing walking football. It's called walking football, right? It's smaller field, much smaller field. Obviously, you can't run, but you got to like power walk quick sort of thing, and you got to mark because it's only like 6-on-6 or something. So, yeah, I'm on the north side, Deborah. I'm on the north side. Yeah, it's an hour and 20 minutes drive. I'm only like 5 minutes from the Bruce. Once I'm on the Bruce, it's an hour and 20 minutes to the Gold Coast. So, yeah, I've said I'm on the north side of Brisbane in my podcast, so that's fine. I keep telling everyone, like, you know how like there's all this doxing going on? Sorry, we're going to talk about phones, but I digressed. You know how there's all this doxing going on? I've been all pretty open about like, oh yeah, I've always said I was from Brisbane and, blah, blah, blah. And, I've sent my picture to, like, I've cammed before. I used to cam all the time. I just don't cam now, that's all. Like, but I used to cam all the time. And I'm on streams. If you know where to look on YouTube, I'm on camera. So, but I've sent my picture to the people that I trust or that I know so far, if you know what I mean. Just to show that I'm not hiding anything. I'm not hiding behind an Avi or anything like that. I do sort of have the face for radio though. I think, even though I got told by people, no, you're normal, Casper. Nah, I got a face for radio. I think you're just being nice. But yeah, I'm not really that. It's not the end of the world. And I'll be honest with you. As soon as I started doing podcasts, I told my boss. I'm on the management team. So I told my boss, I said, look, I do a podcast, right? I said, there's a lot of bad shit goes on online. So if I'm ever hacked, or you get people ringing up saying, hey, did you know that Darren's a pedophile or something like that? I said, you'll know what it's about. And you know what he said? He goes, let them call. I find that amazing. Like, that's hilarious. Like, I went, yeah, I know, but people try to make trouble for people just for the fun of it. Even if they're not trying to get them fired, they just ring up to be an asshole. So, if if you're lucky, I might even answer the phone, because I do answer the phone sometimes if I'm there early. Because I start early and they don't start upstairs. So if the phones ring early, I also. Oh yes, so we know that little problem. Sol's one person that I have confided in, and she's a lovely lady. And yeah, that was very freaky. But I think we both know who that was, because when it comes down to it, you might have only trusted a few people that you've given, your real name or whatever, and and it can get moved passed around, but more than likely it's that person that you were friends with. That's what worries me about making too many friends and sharing too much information, because you don't know what's going to happen. Like, yeah, if you have a falling out, like a bad falling out, you sort of think, oh fuck, this person knows who I am, what the fuck. Or they share it, or if that person doesn't want to do it because they don't believe, but they'll pass it to somebody that will do it, and then information goes around. I mean, like, I don't know if she made it known, but like Starlight was telling me that they had a mole or something in there. They must have a Discord themselves, like her own Discord maybe, or a friend, or like a true crime Discord or something like that, because she's in a different type of circle than here. And she said that they had a mole in there that got all information, which is a real issue. Yeah, real issue. So I don't know if she ever worked out exactly 100% who it was, but I haven't spoken to her, because apparently, like, I do all the talking, and she doesn't get back to me for a long time. She did a 3-4 hours live today, but yeah, they spy. They have like moles in these Discords, right? And then they record stuff, right? And then they pass it to her enemies to put it on their lives to make content. It's terrible. Yeah, the Bills are a brilliant idea for Ross to create the Truth Tellers room, because you know who's in there. But anyway. So who have I got left? Or have I still got any? Oh, people are still chatting, so I guess I must have an audience. Oh shit! Sorry, that was my mic stand. So I might do one tonight. Not sure about yet. Oh, so Mary, okay. So if you're gonna do one, right? If you're gonna do one, how far away is it? Like, how many hours from now? I'm just trying to sort of time it with me. Like, I'm not going to wake up at 3 o'clock at you yelling at someone again, am I? Hi, River Soloway. Oh, did you just arrive? Oh, come on, man. I've been here for an hour and 2 minutes. Yeah, I know, but I'll tell you what, you girls. I'll tell you what. Jamie knows. Mary knows. Fuck. I started listening my early afternoon. I think someone started a live. I can't remember. Whose was it? Mary's or Jamie's? I can't remember. And it went on for a long time. And I went to bed. So I went from the computer, turned the computer off, and then I just started using my iPhone. Right? So I have no idea. Okay. I started using the iPhone. I just plugged the iPhone into the into the wall sort of thing, and then I just have it on my bed, and then it'll never go flat with the charger in it. But if I leave it just with like YouTube, it'd have to be 100% to run through the night. Most of the time, it'll go down to nothing. Like after probably 4 or 5, 6 hours or something like that of streaming YouTube video, because you can't minimize it, otherwise it turns off. I still haven't got the app that lets you minimize it, and I haven't got premium YouTube either. So I'm pretty sure it was about 3 a.m. for me. About 3 a.m, I think it was. And I got my head to the wall, right? And I'm hearing this fucking screaming. It's like I woke up and I turn over and I look at my phone, and obviously these two girls are going at it, giving each other just for what it's worth. They basically drowned each other out, and it's like, oh my god, like. And then I think Jamie left or something like that, and Mary was quite cool, quite calm, and I'm just like, oh shit. And then I was, for some reason, for some two females in heat, and then for some reason it affected me badly. Like I couldn't sleep, and I couldn't even take the next day off because my assistant was away or something, or she was sick. I can't remember what night this was. So, being the responsible person in charge, I couldn't just say, I didn't get any sleep last night, I need to sleep today, because I'm really don't operate very well without sleep. And yeah, so it wasn't, yes, Mary with your hand up, sorry. You can write in the chat, if you want to put your hand up, if you want to come on, I can put the link. But what you got your hand up. If you don't want me to talk about it, it's fine. It's all good. But anyway, to tell a long story short, I didn't I didn't have a great night just personally, and it sort of like bothered me a little bit. And it is what it is. That's fine. We'll see how it goes, but let me catch up with it. Let me do a Mary like commentary on the chat, guys. Irish eyes. Diane and Wendy got a huge chat. I looked in and they had about 800 in there. Sorry, I missed a few. I missed Becky's one. What is that? Ahem Android. Ahem Android. See, I did try YouTube Mini. I downloaded YouTube Mini, right? But it's a pain in the ass because you've got to copy the link from the real YouTube and then find it in YouTube Mini. Oh, it's an absolute pain. So I need something that works better. What do I suck at? How much is YouTube Premium? Because you can do it. You can do it on there. You want me to play something like, because I'm pretty good at this screen share stuff. I got 2 new notifications here. Wendy V uploaded Diane's channel and Makeup Monster. And then Helen Keller's gone live again, but he's 24/7, so don't worry about that. So Wendy put a new video up, I think. But I don't understand all those guys, who they are. Mary likes to use that emoji where it puts your hand up. What the fuck? What does that mean? All right, so who's gonna break? Who's gonna? Oh yeah, I know it was pretty average. It's pretty average. There's a whole lot of shit going on over there tonight. I love that. She doesn't do that enough for me. I think if I was on holidays, I honestly, I think I could do 24/7 live stream. Oh no, I can't. You only do 12/8. You got to start again. I think I could do 24. I think I could beat Mary if I was on holidays and I had people to help. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I don't know about because Mary sat there the whole time though. See, that's the thing. People say they can do these long streams, but they just leave the stream open for people to chat, and then they actually are sleeping half the time. It was actually sitting at your desk for, 12, 17, 24. That's pretty fucking hard. Or when I say sitting at your desk, I mean even if you were sitting in bed, you could be doing it from bed, right? But you can't fall asleep. See, I'd have to have an awful lot of coffee and something else to keep me awake or something. I don't think I could do that because I get really has anyone ever gone through the feeling Has anyone ever had been deprived of sleep for a long time? Lilybell, you might understand this. I got sick with a virus earlier this year. No, not this year. Fuck, what am I saying? It was last year. I can't remember when it was last year. And I'd never ever been that sick where I actually felt like I wanted to die. I felt like the throat was sore. Everything was aching. Everything was aching. I had to have hot showers constantly trying to keep the pain away, even though I was taking tablets. Okay, Mary. And the pain was so bad, I was taking as many tablets as I could, and then the tablets were making me constipated as well. I couldn't eat anything, and I couldn't sleep. So I didn't sleep for 2 straight days. I started seeing things. And hearing things. It was just unbelievable. As soon as I was able to get into the doctors and get the antibiotics, they started kicking in after a day. And then I slowly started getting... It was the worst, probably... the worst of it was 4 days. I would drive... when I wasn't feeling at the worst possible point, I was driving around my suburb in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, looking for some servo or service station or something that was open, so I could buy something to soothe the throat, like, you know, anything. I was after anything. It was so bad. I nearly ran off the road a couple of times, not because I was, because I was tired, but I was seeing things. Because my eyes are already bad. I wear reading glasses and stuff like that. Like, I can sit at my desk and read the chat perfectly on my 2 large screens, but for reading close, I have to have reading glasses now. So I'm fine when I'm driving, but try driving if you haven't slept for 2 days. Yeah, my ex tried to get, right, tried to get me to drink nothing but pineapple juice. Does anyone know why? Casper, you have several in your chat. How is that? What do you mean several in my chat? Several what? Anti-inflammatory? Yeah. Ah, Becky P got it. Yeah, I was waiting for that. Oh, yeah. That was it. Right, she goes, you gotta drink all this pineapple juice. I'm going like, yeah, why? Did you get it on special or something from Woolworths? And she's like, no, dummy, just drink it. Right? And I honestly, at that point, didn't know what the fuck it meant. But yeah, I worked it out. And I didn't have any complaints. Cassie, I didn't understand what you meant. Sorry. Casper, you have several in your chat. How is that? Several in your chat? Several what? Several? Am I not... What am I missing? Yeah, I have Woolworths. We have Woolworths, Coles, Aldi, that sort of thing. Like a couple of smaller IGAs and stuff like that. A couple of smaller companies. But Woolworths and Coles are the biggest ones. Oh, Deborah. Do I have to explain the pineapple? See what happens, Deborah. And I have to slow it down here because I am from Queensland. See, what happens is you make your guy drink lots of pineapple juice. Then you get him excited and you give him an amazing blowjob. And when he comes, it's supposed to taste sweeter and nice. I really need Robbie in here to explain it, but I'd say Robbie's gone to sleep. Robbie's asleep in his butt hut. Oh, well, hey, you asked me to explain it. That's what it's all about. And I only did it that one time. I have no reason to do it now. As I just told you the story about my dating life. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, Wolf Creek. Fuck that movie. Those movies freak me the fuck out. It was based off some sort of true events, but I don't know if it was dramatized a fair bit. But fuck. They freak me out. They freak me out. They still do. And I don't know why I fucking watch it, but there's a couple of them. That one, the beginning of the second one, I think it was, where the cops pull him over and give him a hard time. And then the cops drive off, laughing, and then bang, he just shoots them through the head and burns the other guy alive. I mean, fuck, unbelievable. I'm probably going to watch them again now. And that I think it was the first one. The first one where he just waits for cars to break down around the area, and then he tows them and helps them back to his place, and then he drugs them, and then he fucks around with them. But those women had a chance to take him out a few times, but they didn't. But anyway, it's a movie, so. But I think it was based on some live events and stuff. So, you know, I was going to try my hand, like only because I see it, but I don't know if I'd be good at it, and I wouldn't do it the same as Misery or anything else. But I was thinking about doing purely just Australian true crime. So I would just, watch videos and Google information, and then because recently that guy died. Someone tell me about the recent guy that died, because I've forgotten. I had a whole folder here on him that I started to prepare, and I was going to do it, but I don't know. It just seemed like like I was trying to, do my own true crime thing when I had never done it before, and I didn't want to just start doing stuff. Well, one, I'd be worried I'd be too good at it. Where's the here? Okay. Frig you, Lily Bell, you got me. I just found my folder. Ivan Milat, yeah. Ivan Milat died in prison, and they never he never ever said he did it. He went to the fucking grave saying he didn't did it. Yeah. Oh, because they were all backpackers and stuff, so they were from all over and that. I mean, one guy survived when he got picked up from him. He was giving him a lift, and they were going down the highway or something, and then he got out. And then Ivan pulled a gun, but the guy ran. I mean, I don't know if you guys seen the video. He lived to tell the tale. I mean, he was going to his grave. I mean, I thought it was mainly women that he was going after or whatever. And then there was always the idea that he had help from his brothers and sisters, because his family's pretty retarded. So, and there's one brother. I don't know if you've seen this. There was one brother that is different from all the rest, and he says. Yeah, he says that his brother was the most evil man on earth, and he even suggested that the brother and the sister had something to do with it. He's definitely separated from that family, and they lived in where did they live in Sydney? But they weren't far. It wasn't that far from where I used to live in Sydney, where Ivan Milat was doing, or where his family lived or something. I think he lived out towards was it Blacktown Way or something? Anyway, I didn't know that. Lilybell, it's a shame you can't get Extremely Better, where we can do our own true Australian crime. That could be damn good, because I did a lot of work on the Ivan Milat. I've got a lot of, what have I got in my folder? Oh, okay. I downloaded all the videos that are I downloaded all the videos that I wanted to discuss. And I also started doing a Word document and getting all information off Wikipedia and stuff like that, Google and stuff like that. So but But to do true crime, especially to talk about one person, you have to put a lot of work into it, because you have to make sure your facts are right. Because what I've seen, and I've seen Jamie do it, and I've seen others do it, right? When I've seen that they talk about the true crime incident and this and that, and their facts may not be 100% right, or some of the chatters are wrong, because I've seen chat people say, "Oh no, that was so and so, or that was him, that was her." So you got to make sure your facts are right. If you're going to talk about it, you got to make sure the facts are 100% right. But he definitely did it. And he got away with it back in the days where the cops weren't that good. I mean, you can get away with it these days, especially with forensics. But there was lots of things, and there was also another one where there was some guy picked up some chick over Sutherland Way or something. He was in a panel van or something, and they kept raping. Like, they were just picking up girls and raping them, and they're getting away with it. Like, unbelievable. Yeah, you have to be a really good fact checker and stuff. That's what I mean. Like it does help if you've got two people doing it, where you can bounce it off each other and actually meet and talk about it, and then have it all laid out and presented, ready to put it on live stream. That would be fun. That would be very fun. And you got a lot more time than me, Lily Bell, to probably look into those things. Oh, the dingo case. Oh my God, that's so old, eh? Lindy Chamberlain. I remember that. Yeah, Lindy Chamberlain. Yeah, do you remember there was a Seinfeld show where she went to the party and the woman was complaining, "Oh, I've lost my fiancé. Has anyone seen my fiancé?" And the chick goes, "Oh, maybe a dingo got your fiancé." Does anyone remember that Seinfeld show? That episode? I laughed my ass off at that. I thought that was so funny. Maybe a dingo got your fiancé. And then she just shut up. It was funny. I love Seinfeld. Sorry. I love Seinfeld. It's always repeats all the time on Foxtel. I got Foxtel in my room. So if I haven't got, I've got all the DVDs anyway. So I've been streaming. What am I hitting now? 2 hours. Oh, 2 hours. I didn't even get a Jamie visit. She must have been tired or had a bad phone call. Don't know. Oh, I never got any answer back. Oh, well, that's okay. Have you noticed Jamie's streams aren't going as long these days? I don't know. That's probably a good thing, I guess. She used to stop about 10 o'clock my time. Oh, Foxtel, tell me about it. Like, fuck. I got 2 boxes, Deborah. I got a box in the lounge room for Mum, and I got a box in my bedroom. And I've got MBN. That's in my bedroom as well. So I've got MBN, shitty internet MBN that I'm not happy about. That's another story. And I got 2 Foxtel boxes. Mum's mobile phone, the house phone, and my phone. I'm paying like freaking $288 a month for for Telstra. Yeah, I think Lilybell will have to discuss whether or not we might do that. We can do it on either channel. I don't mind. I am interested in. I've got the subs, as you can see. I got 1.33, right? So I qualify for monetization. I used to be monetized a long time ago, but I don't have the watch times. You have to have 4,000 hours of watch time, and that's hard to get up. It takes a lot of hard work to get that up. So I think that if we did something like that, we could sort of like put a lot of research in, and then when it comes time to present it, with all said things wrong, I can do, all of that, and have you up, and then we could sort of like, what was I going to say? We could you could chime in when you felt like chiming in, but didn't have to constantly talk. Like, for instance, I could do that if I could just run through it type thing. So, but yeah, I'm not really sure how to go about it. I don't like the way Misery does it. I don't like how he just repeats what the video says in a funny voice. That to me is not. It's not really. I know that it might appeal. I know that might appeal to some people. Like I watched a little bit today where, I want to suck this guy, 14-year-old kid's cocks type. Like how he does that sort of humor. I don't really like that. Like I like to make a bit of a joke about something, but I'd rather like stick to the facts and then try to explain to the person. Like he turns true crime into like comedy, and it's all about. That's what I didn't like today. It's all about involving, when he does that predator stuff, it really sort of creeps me out because it's always got the younger, underage kids, whether they be boys or girls. And I don't like that. It might appeal to some. Like it, like when they get a girl to talk from a room, when the guy, he gives them an address and the guy shows up. And the guy thinks he's coming to meet a 14-year-old boy or a 14-year-old girl or 13 or whatever. And then that guy comes out and says, "What are you doing here?" And then, but then he makes fun of it. Like, but I understand the inappropriateness of a, fully aged male showing up to meet a 14-year-old boy or girl or whatever. I understand the inappropriateness of it. But I don't understand why they stay there. Wouldn't they just like if another guy came into the room, wouldn't they just leave? I don't know. Is it staged? I don't know. I'm not sure. And then he makes fun of it, so it's not my type. I wanted to do something that had like a little bit of like, little bit of comedy, but not about the facts. Because I reckon that Ivan Millet thing's pretty interesting, but it's been covered to death. Like if you look on YouTube, it's been really, really covered to death. The cops are waiting outside for him. Oh, that's nice. That's lovely. So yeah, it's got to be like a few times. Like, how should I say this? I haven't seen. To be honest with you, maybe I'm just not watching the right things. I haven't really seen the type of true crime from any of the people that I watch. I haven't seen any of the true crime as I'd like to watch it. So you start off saying like, tonight we're going to cover the case of this person. This person's been charged with or was charged with blah, 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 and did this and that. And then we're going to go through and look at all the victims and all that sort of stuff. That to me, I like to go through from the start to the finished. And anyway, maybe I'm seeing things differently, but because it's pretty scary stuff. Because I don't know if you know, but there used to be so much hitchhiking in Australia back in the 70s and the 80s. I was still in school in the 80s. The backgrounds, yeah. Like with Ivan Milat, there's a lot to go back there in the background with the oh, someone gonna approve that one for me? No, I'll do it. Yeah, it's just I don't know. Let me think about it because Misery's like at one end of the scale that I don't want it to be like, but then someone like Ron. He's pretty serious and doesn't make too many jokes, so I need something in between. Does that make sense? Middle, yeah. Somewhere in the middle. But yeah, he has a crazy family, the brothers and the sister. There was even There was even talk that he was banging the sister and stuff like that. I don't know, Lilybell, if you heard that. There was a bit of incest going on, and all sorts of friggin' things. And then, ironically, the brother that stood out. Ironically, Ivan was screwing his girlfriend. So I can understand why the brother was a bit shitty when his brother was banging his girlfriend at the time. So, and they say that he couldn't have done what he did without any help. So, yeah. I still haven't actually. I've been following more and more people. So as people talk about people, I look for those people and I sub to them, and then I like check out their videos as it comes up on my stream. I don't always go there live, but I'll check out some videos and stuff like that. So there's a lot of Australian crime. Yeah, I think there might be that little niche there for us, Lilybell, where we could probably drag all the other world crime, as in, USA and UK and Canada and all that. We can drag all those guys to watch our crime as well, because it's definitely... There's actually like a 24-hour true crime Australian channel. I don't know if you guys know. I flick to it every now and then. They tend to repeat things on the same night though, but I notice they do change the lineup. I'll see if I can put a link in the chat. I'll see if I can find it. Should come up. Oh, it didn't come up. I don't think that's the one. Might be. My computer's still running. Oh, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. So or is that different? No, I think that's the true crime. Yeah, that's it. All right, I'm going to put a link. I'm going to put a link in the chat of this channel that I've been watching. Right? I probably can't like stream any of it. I'll get like busted or something. But if I go into it now, yeah, Criminal Investigation Australia, True Crime Live. There's 162 people watching it right now. I haven't seen this one, so they rotate it. So if you guys get a chance, have a look at the body on the ground there as he drives off. So I'm hoping that you guys can see that channel. Like, I know sometimes we can't see stuff depending on what country we're in and stuff, but hopefully you can see that channel. One of the comments was, Australia is a country for criminals arriving from the UK. Oh, God, shit. Yeah. No, Irish Eyes, I haven't been into that much crime, to be honest. I just the big ones have caught my attention. The Ivan Milat's and the Chris Watts and all that sort of stuff. But I'll probably watch a bit of this when I get off. Probably go for about another 20 minutes till it's 11 p.m. So I'll turn that off because my computer's been going slow. I'm glad that it hasn't crapped itself. I wonder if it's getting... Because I did move it. I did move it today to a different spot, but I don't know why. It's a little bit... Like when I type, it's a bit slow. I have to rearrange everything, put all the icons on one window, on one screen, so that the other screen's blank, so when I share it, I don't show anything by accident. Matthew Milat, a relative of the notorious backpacker. Okay, Matthew Milat. Okay, all right. So, he's a relative of the notorious backpacker. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll do a little bit. We'll touch. We got each other's email, Lilybell, so we can like share stuff that way as well. And seeming as though that we're in the same time zone, I think we are. We can always like chat somehow, either in Discord or some way. I have to think about how to prep it though. Like I'm when I do my podcast, I have a whole page of dot points that I just go through one by one. Makes it sound very professional as I ramble on. So is anybody else want to come? Does anyone else want to come up and talk to me? I'm thinking I'm going to do this for about another 15 odd minutes. Darry D. Hi Casper, is it okay that I'm here, hun? Yeah, of course. I'm assuming, I'm not sure, but fill me in. I'm assuming I've seen you before. But I'm not sure if you're it doesn't matter, but I'm not sure if I've seen you in Misery or whatever. I'm not sure, but it's fine. Absolutely fine. I think I've seen your name before. I'm just not sure what where you hang out, or maybe you hang out in multiple ones like I do. Maybe. I'm not sure. You know, Soul could have come up. Is Soul gone? Is Soul, where are you? You could have gone up and said hello. You've been up before. Oh, yeah, I know, Connie. I know you tend to go everywhere. You tend to go everywhere, which is fine. I mean, I love having good examples because it proves my point. But I love having good examples where people can go and enjoy Misery because that's their own choice. Sorry, I'm trying not to throw up. But they're cool with coming over and catching, saying hi to me. You'll notice I never go into Misery just to say hello to you because I don't want to be seen in there. I have listened to a couple things of it that he's doing, and hopefully he's not dragging anybody. But it's nice that there's a few people that have can open-minded enough to like different people, and even to respect the fact that some people channel owners don't like each other, so to speak. And there's a few people that annoy me. Obviously I'm not a fan of Jimmer anymore, but in saying that, I've seen some people from here in Miseries, and that's fine. It's absolutely fine. And there's some people, say Mary, for instance, she runs a very good live. She runs a very neutral live. She doesn't have any subs. The reason why I have subs is that my subs are people that I know and I've spoken to and I have a good feeling about, and that's why they're subs. They're mods, because I've spoken to them for quite a while. So, and the same could be said for anybody. Anybody I've spoken to for a while, don't be surprised. Like I've gotten to know personally, and don't be surprised if one day you're a mod, like I did tonight to somebody, because I just feel that you need people that you can trust. That's one thing I was explaining to Jamie, is you need people that you can trust, and you want to all work. You want to all work for the same thing, I used to think yeah, I know. Sorry, I meant mods. I used to think that I've seen different approaches. I've seen Mary have no mods. It's and if you go in there and you're not sure if you liked it, then you might cop a little bit of trash. But Mary won't put up with doxing or doxing of any kind or phone numbers, and none of us would. But then you go into, say, RDA, where everyone's a mod. That was fine. And then one day, this is funny. One day Tracy went in there. Tracy. She went in there. I just happened to be in there. It was a few weeks ago, and everyone was a mod except for her. And it took 2 seconds for her to get timed out. I thought that was funny. Sorry. And then I'll even throw it the other way. Jamie goes live on her third channel, and she forgot to check her mod list. So we're sitting in there, right? First of all, I had to get her attention and say, "Hey, Jamie, do you need me to mod? Do you need me to mod? I'll mod. Wrench me up before the trolls come." She wasn't reading the chat. Jamie, mod us up before the trolls come. And I'm looking, I see Sol in there, and I was in there, and none of us are in blue, and I'm thinking, oh fuck, there's got to be some real fucking gross comments coming shortly. And anyway, Jamie goes, oh, sorry guys. So she made us mods. What she forgot to check was that what she forgot to realize is that Spacey was still a mod in that channel from when she used to be friends. Anyway, I got up, right? Sorry, just go back a step. I got up to do something, and I come back, and Spacey's in blue. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? When did these guys made up? And then suddenly, like, I started seeing the chats roll through. You need to derange. You need to derange Spacey. And then she realized. I think Spacey realized she was a mod. So she starts hiding all the people that she doesn't like but we were already made mods, so she couldn't do it to us. And I don't think she'd do it to me anyway, but it's funny. She was like, you could just see a little, like, could you just picture her trying to hide people? Because like, she hid Ballon, she hid like all the people that were giving her shit, she hid straight away. Like she hid about 4 people. Yeah, it was funny. I got to admit, it was funny. And Jamie got a bit flustered. Oh, I forgot to check my mod list. It was sort of funny. Sorry for those that don't think it's funny. I'd say that to Jamie if she was here. It was funny. She got all excited. And she couldn't hide people fast enough. And then suddenly, bang, she was de-wrenched and kicked very quickly. I don't know who did it. Wasn't me. But that sort of freaked me out. It was funny. And of course, there was people that were wrenched in her main channel. De-wrenched. There was people that were de-wrenched, I think, in her main channel. And then those people in the other channel, that like they were wrenched in the third channel. And then tonight, like, Jamie didn't realize that she had some mods that she didn't want to have mods because she had made changes in the past. It's like, oh, Jamie, you gotta sort this shit out, girl. I saw it. I didn't say anything, but I saw it. I don't know if Jamie probably saw it too, and then she just ignored it. Like, that person's not in the room, so it's only one. It might have been others. Sorry, I just noticed it with one person, but there's a few I haven't seen, guys. Remember, we used to have a mod. It was what was his name? Brandon? Sol? I think it was Brandon, or whoever remembers. Well, he was a mod, but I haven't seen him for weeks and weeks and weeks. Anyone know what happened to him? Because you got your regulars. You got Very Merry, lovely lady. No Time, lovely bloke. You got Sol, you got me. You got Solange, not sure. Oh, you got Peanuts. I don't see Peanuts and Crackers or whatever it is that often. And Nanny, I think Nanny Love or someone like that. Brandon, his name's Brandon. He's a bit of like oh, I think you might have been, Becky, you might have been blocked on the main channel. We unblocked some. Well, not me, Jamie did. But it was after our chats about people that should be given chances and stuff like that. Give them a chance. And I can't stop people. Like, I can't stop people. Yeah. I can't stop people from, but Becky P, I did use it in my conversations with Jamie. I did use you as an example of a situation that, is good. It's a good thing. And there's others as well. And there's others that do both. Yeah, I think No Time, he's a fella. I'm not quite sure where he's from or how long he's been with Jamie, but like, I got a funny feeling that he likes to have a drink. I might be wrong. I'll ask him next time. If he is a drinker or something, because he seemed to like, I don't know. See, Jamie has a connection. Jamie has a connection with each person. It's different, you know. All I know is that Very Mary's been with Jamie right from the beginning, that's very special to me. I really love. Oh, you thought No Time? Yeah, I first thought that No Time was a girl, but it's not. It is not. I don't know about Peanuts and Crackers or whatever. Maybe Soul, not Soul. Yeah, maybe Soul or Mary can tell me who they are. They don't do very much modding. Nanny Love doesn't do much modding. Nanny Love one, I think, was a big donator to Jamie, but you thought I was a girl? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm transitioning. It's been a while. It's taken a while. I used to be a girl. Oh, sorry, Lily Bell. Get some take some meds or hop off if it's too much, you know. Thank you for coming, like before talking. Okay, cool. Yeah, the typing's probably. Yeah, Peanuts and Cracker Jacks, is it? Okay, Cracker Jacks, right. Yeah. See, I like to know my fellow mods. See, when any creator creates mods, you don't really like know each other. But I like to. I like to know who the people are. So I know Soul, I know Mary, I know No Time, I know Paula, as in Very Mary. And I probably know some more, just haven't seen them. I guess some people don't come around very much, eh? I guess that's just the way it is. But I was thinking the same thing. Oh, I made my mates, like, you know, from another community, like Jeff. I made him a mod straight away, and I made Fancy a mod. Now, those two guys don't know any of you people because they're from another community that I used to be in. I could explain that community. I could quickly explain that community that I came from if you want me to. It's all related back to Howard Stern. I'll quickly tell you the connection, if I haven't already. Have I explained it already? Tell me if I've explained it where I came from. All right, I'll tell you. So it all goes back to Howard Stern. Howard Stern has Benji Bronk on the show. Benji Bronk went out with a girl called Elisa Jordana. Elisa Jordana was on the show a few times. Very high maintenance type of lady. Very beautiful, but high maintenance. Elisa Jordana went on another platform, and I can't remember the name, and did her own type of podcast show. She started doing it every day, much like these types of shows. But she would have guests on and all that, right? So she started doing her own show. And every day, she went from every day to 5 days to 3 days, whatever. She did it for like at least a year, if not more. So everyone came into the chat, the same as this type of situation, and started getting to know each other. From there, all these characters were born. So Jeff Count was a Howard Stern's fan. I met him through there. Fancy, same thing. There's another guy called Kleenex. Chris Dick is his name. Kleenex did a podcast on Podtrash, which is where you know Andy from. So Elisa shut the platform down after 1 year. So then everyone that still wanted to hang out with each other went to Rabbit. Rabbit's now gone, but Rabbit was the same as StreamYards, where you can just have multiple people on the screen to talk and all that sort of stuff. Something similar. So there some all people came, right? In that group, there was some assholes. One particular asshole name is Chad Dack. He decides that he just likes to fuck with people when he chooses to fuck with people. So I didn't miss a turn. Every year I copped it. But there was others that used to cop it all the time. They make shit up and, make content. Making bits. Thinks he's like Howard Stern or something. So after like a while, it's just like it wasn't fun anymore, and we went on different platforms, and then they closed, and went on another platform, and then they closed. Fire Talk closed, Rabbit closed, Blab closed. We were on all those platforms. So now these guys, what's left of them, they're all in a Discord now. They're all in a Discord run by this one woman called Kelly. Right, she's okay. But I don't want to join them. I'm over that stuff. So I left. I started, but I've always done my podcasts. They loved it when I started doing podcasts, but they only loved it when I talked about them. They only loved it when I talked about what was happening in there. They called it Kermit Town because Elisa Jordana's dog is named Kermit. So they called it Kermit Town or Calf Town, but that was Kermit Town. So what's left of them hang out in some Discord now, and some of the others are on You Now. I was in there tonight. There's a couple of them that I like that were all connected to that community, and a couple of them, but unfortunately a lot of them hang out together, and then I don't want to be associated with some of them, but some of them are okay. So the ones that are okay are still friends with on Twitter. The ones that are okay are welcome to come over to my YouTube, but they just don't know about it, but they're welcome. Sorry, I've had Agent Mud, Jeff Count Fancy in my lives before, and they're all from that community in one way or the other. Not so much Agent Mud, but he came along much later. So there's also another guy that came along. True cry, yeah, funny Becky. There's also another guy called Brian Peterson. Do you remember Gonzo Podcasts? There's a guy called Brian Peterson. He's really, really weird guy. I find him funny, but has his issues. He was on... No, nothing to do with the car guy. The car guy's got nothing to do with us. He was just a Howard Stern fan or whatever. I don't know where he's from. Same with Unbleached. He wasn't part of us or anything. So, this Brian Peterson goes on Gonzo Podcast. He was behind the scenes. He started doing shows. You know, he's a little bit crazy, but I always liked him. We always got along well. Yeah. That was that whole Jeff Hansen. Jeff Hansen was a criminal, ended up going to jail, but no one knew that at the time. What he did was good on the air. He was a good talker on the air. And this is all connected back to Gonzo. Gonzo used to be on the Howard Stern show, called himself Gonzo Shitcock. But Gonzo didn't want nothing to do with Gonzo Podcasts. He bailed on that. That's why they changed the name at the end there. But anyway, that whole thing fell apart. Imagine how much money they put into that. They even had their own app, which I know is damn expensive to produce. Because we've got apps from at work that you can use to control stuff, and that we've got app, an iPhone and Android app. So it's sort of like all runs back to Howard Stern, and so are these other guys. These other guys all somehow connect back to Howard Stern. Now, Howard Stern's not as good as he used to be as far as what he does now with his content, but I still listen to him. The funniest shit is when it's the staff. I don't really like the celebrity guest interviews, and that's what his main focus is these days. So, and I know Howard Stern's not everyone's cup of tea, and I mean we got nothing like that in Australia. We've got no uncensored radio in Australia. We have the most boring fucking radio, and trust me, at work we have a different radio station each day. I made it fair for everyone. I said pick a radio station. You have Monday, you have Tuesday. You know, my day is fucking Friday or something, and I just have easygoing listening type music, like the older type music. But some of them I have like. Up here, they listen to like 105.3 or something, or 97 point something, like all sort of like trendy music. So it all goes back to Howard Stern. I find that like funny, and it's really hard to get Howard Stern. Like if I had a post office box in the US, and I don't even know, and probably the payment would be an issue as well. If they'd think it was strange getting Aussie dollars transferring. But yeah, that's how I'm connected, and you know, it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence that Jim and Ann is a huge Howard Stern fan, or was a huge Howard Stern fan. And the reason why I used to be a fan of Jimmer was because Jimmer used to do commentary videos on Howard TV videos. The Howard TV videos are the funniest shit you ever see. And he used to come on, beautiful presentation, beautiful speaking, would play the video, would pause it, would commentate on it, would play it, would pause it, as you're supposed to do. And you know what he got for that? He got a nice cease and desist letter from friggin' one of the boys, Howard Stern. Very, very, very unfair. Very, very unfair to Jimmer, you know? And that's when he was doing great shit. Everyone loved it. He used to get thousands and thousands of views on one video. I've got some stuff that YouTube doesn't even have of Howard TV. That's one of my hard drives I still have that works. You ever seen anal ring toss? Fuck, I'd love to be able to play this on here. I'd probably get booted. Have you ever heard of anal ring toss? Artie Lang was a champion of the anal ring toss, and they had the Iron Sheik come in one time. They had the Iron Sheik come in one time, and they had Bubba the Love Sponge come in, and those two mixed it up because at the time Bubba was friggin' Hulk Hogan's best friend, was his best man at the wedding. They're no longer friends because of that video that when Hogan banged his wife. But what was funny about it was that this beautiful girl would come in, and she wasn't a prostitute or anything like that. She just did this at like bachelor parties and stuff. So what she'd do, she'd take a stick and she'd put it in her ass. She'd bend over at the back. So she'd have this stick, and then you would stand about, I don't know, 2-3 meters back with a hoop, and you'd have to flow it. You'd have to swing it onto the stick. So and they interviewed her and they promoted her, and she used to do like, bachelor parties and stuff like that. Now, you tried to Google that. You tried to find that anywhere on YouTube. You won't find it. I have the total uncensored version on my hard drive. Fucking hilarious. Anyone ever see Richard when they waxed him? They waxed his cock and balls and his asshole. He was screaming like a bitch. You won't find that either. Or it's all blurred out. No, I have the total uncensored video. And you know what? I can't share it with anybody because I've thought about how you can try to get around it. But you know what? Someone will dob you in. Even if you had a website that you charge people access to access it all, someone would dob you in because that's the way friggin' people are. So I don't bother. And you can't even upload that stuff and have it on private or unlisted because YouTube now scan everything. I'll give you an example. What's the example? I think it was Jimmer. Jimmer was really, really nasty one night. Went on one of those drunken wine tour rants. And he was really, really nasty. And I think it was directed to Jamie. And Jamie didn't see it. Right? But I had it recorded. So I said to Jamie, I'll upload it to Unlisted and I'll send you the link so you can watch it. And she went, yeah, okay, thank you. Not something that you really want to watch, when you've been trashed and stuff, but she wanted to watch it. So I said, okay. I uploaded it to YouTube. And also I was going to, what the fuck guy wanted it as well. So he could possibly use clips off it or something. So I uploaded it to YouTube and uploaded it as Unlisted. Within probably 5 minutes of it being uploaded, right? Unlisted, I got a community warning. So it's not a strike, it's just a community warning, and it stays there. It doesn't even expire. It fucking stays there. It was an unlisted video, and I still got a community warning because it contained what they viewed as hate speech, which it surely did. So I couldn't even dispute nothing. And even if you delete it, your warning stays there. So they tell you don't have to remove your video. It's just that you can't post it or whatever. You can leave it like that. Like, so they've got some, like, how did they know how did they know the wording and everything that was in that video? It was unlisted. I didn't post it. No one can see it on my channel. So I got a community guidelines warning. And it's going to stay there forever. So basically, the next time I upload a fucking hate speech video, which I won't, then I'll probably get a strike. So they're able to scan your videos regardless of what you plan on doing with them, which sucks. So anyway, that's about it. So I'm probably gonna head off now. I'm feeling tired. I haven't had a toilet break for fucking 2 hours. Thanks for everyone for coming. I've still got, I don't know, what have I got? 15 watching now. 15! Woohoo! I think it was up to like 22 at one stage. Can you fucking believe that? Actually, I'm not complaining. My last podcast, the last time I looked, had 170 views. That's pretty good for me. Because normally my podcasts get about 60 views. So I seem to have either picked up some people that love me or them people that hate me, because it's a combination of both, I'd say. People that want to just sub to you and watch you. But you know there's a way of getting in to see who all your subs are. I haven't done it for a while. I've held 15, yeah. What a record. Woohoo! I am streaming in the middle of most people's nights, right? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for the nice compliments. I seem to have fixed that mic problem I had. I just got to keep remembering to check my Windows settings. But anyway, thank you very much, everybody. I do appreciate the nice thoughts. Do you want me to go out with my Aussie wildlife thing again? Or should I just go like, all right, good night, thanks for coming, end broadcast? Because that always makes me laugh. Yeah, you're welcome, Irish Eyes. Look, I don't know if you were blocked in the main channel because of when you came up on Mary's, or whether or not it was a separate issue, but you were right in that category that I honestly believed was just being honest and fair and trying to be open-minded and stuff. Like, it didn't probably go down too well at the time, but people cool down, and that's why I did ask Jamie for you, and I think she did Becky automatically, and anyone else that's like, I can't excuse some of the people that have been continuously actually physically like typing mean things in other chats. I can't ask her to unblock those types of people, but I want to help Jamie, and she's open-minded to giving people chances. So hopefully everyone works out their issues and we can move forward. So, all right, let me jump to here. First of all, I have to share. Takes some getting used to. Oh, where you can see. My computer's still going slow.
In Australia, we've got deadly animals aplenty. We've got funnel web spiders who'll murder you and your family. Under every second rock is a redback spider, and they'll kill you just because, I don't know, they're bored or whatever. We've got invisible brown snakes who'll bite you on the foot and you'll be dead in 7 minutes. Just like that, kaput. We've got the world's deadliest creatures all over the place. We've got magpies who'll steal the eyeballs from your face. But at least we don't have AR-15s. We've got great white sharks who'll ascend from the deep and rip you in half with their razor-sharp teeth. We've got saltwater crocs who'll death roll you to death, and sea snakes who'll gladly snatch your last breath. We've got a blue-ringed octopus, no bigger than this, that just sits around in rock pools waiting to kill kids, and even the platypus, a cute beaver duck thing, has got a spur on its ankle that'll kill you in one sting. But at least we don't have AR-15s, and at least they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic teens. We've got stonefish and stingrays and sea urchins and shit, and hectic fucking homicidal box jellyfish, and these jellyfish, they aren't even sentient beings. They don't even really do stuff or know about things. They just float around on the whim of the currents, being pointless, non-cognitive, murderous cunts. And if that weren't enough in terms of natural hazards, here in Australia the sun causes cancer. But at least we don't have AR-15s, and at least they can't end up in the hands of suicidal teens, and at least we don't have an NRA who pay millions of dollars every day buying off politicians not to change old laws. We've got bull sharks, cone shells, saltwater crocodiles, honeybees, European wasps and blue-ringed octopies, death adders, blue bottles, redback spiders, tiger sharks, tiger snakes and lizards that'll bite ya. We got sea snakes, taipans, cassowaries, copperheads, all the creatures of the land and sky and sea that want you dead. Toadfish, stonefish, irukandji jellyfish, bull ants, centipedes and ticks that cause paralysis. Fuck, we don't have AR-15s, and thank fuck they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic suicidal teens. And thank fuck we don't have an NRA who pay millions of dollars every day buying off politicians not to change some law. A law that was written 200 years ago, in a time when it took 3 minutes to reload a single round of ammunition. We knew nothing about depression, and you couldn't fire 45 rounds in 60 seconds. There wasn't even such a thing as automatic weapons, and there weren't 31 mass shootings monthly. But what would I know, 'cause I'm from another country.
See you guys.